By Ponda's Barbecue. Slow cook, fall off the bone perfection, and the best baked beans in America. And by Peak Performance Physical Therapy. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone believe in better. Great rendition of our Star-Spangled Banner by the St. Augustine Marching Band, one of the best in the business. There's a look at the head football coach for the De La Salle Cavaliers, Ryan Manali, in his 6th season, and what a job he has done. 42-13, and this team thinks they have enough talent to win a state championship this season. He brings back a lot of talent from a team that was really good last year, ran into a juggernaut in the playoffs in Parkview Baptist, but they feel they can go a step further this season and get to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome for the state championship game. Former Rummel coach and now the head coach for De La Salle. A former Tulane player back on campus here at Tulane, and that is the head coach for the St. Augustine Purple Knights. That's Al Jones. He is the father, of course, of former LSU standout Chad Jones. And he's building something special here, too, at St. Aug. St. Aug had some rough times, in particular his first season here. And they got off to a rough start last season, but went on a nice winning streak. Did well a season ago, and then they beat McDonough 35-6-0 to start off the 2017 campaign. Meanwhile, De La Salle, they were an easy winner last week as they defeated South Lafourche 39-7. We're ready for football for the first time ever. A prep football game taking place at Yulman Stadium. And it's just a really great night for high school football in Louisiana. Glad you could join us on Game Time. And we'll see B.J. Randall ready to return for the Cavaliers. Teed up and ready to kick off, that is Kyle Sims, a 5'10" senior. Great atmosphere here at Yulman Stadium, and we are underway. Glad you could join us for week 2 of the high school football season. Randall from the 10 and has got a seam. Randall up to the 40 and is then angled out of bounds at about the 50-yard line. Good return by Randall, and De La Salle in great business after the return all the way near midfield.
Randall cuts between a couple of men. The big, tall wide receiver shows off on kickoff duty and gets a 35-yard return. Gets him up towards midfield and sets up the offense in good position.
So we'll see Julian Gums, the quarterback for De La Salle, the senior, as he'll orchestrate this offense. At left tackle, it's Dante Lewis, a senior for De La Salle. At right guard, you have John Martin. Man in motion there is Marquez. Gums keeps it, and he's got a lot of room to run, but there is a flag down. Gums has a first down, but we'll have to wait and see what the penalty is about.
This De La Salle offense averaged 44 points a game last year with Gums running the show. Again, they had talented running backs and wide receivers that have moved on, but they've got enough of the nucleus back. So the penalty on De La Salle.
Chop block is the call, so that will back them up 15 yards, and a rough start all of a sudden after the great return by Randall. Purple Knights were fantastic last week against a very talented McDonough team. 6 sacks in that game. And we mentioned it in our keys to the game. It's going to be crucial for them, De La Salle, to make sure they protect Gums. On the carry for De La Salle, unfortunately do not have a number 1 on our roster. So we'll have to get an ID on that. for De La Salle. Second down and long for De La Salle. Comes in shotgun formation. In motion, that is pass, and then we have a penalty.
You know, Jeff, you take a look at the difference from week 1 to week 2. The goal is the same, come out with the win, but in week 2, you're looking to sharpen things up a little bit. Be better with the snap count, be better with the pre-snap reads, and a couple of early penalties on De La Salle have knocked them all the way back inside the 30. They were starting at midfield.
It is now second down and a long way to go. They got to get all the way to the St. Aug 43-yard line. Gums will keep it, and there were a bunch of Purple Knights. The first guy back there, Dante Carter, he had a couple of sacks last week, and now it's third and long.
And this is really a position where you're just playing protect. You cannot make a mistake here and give St. Aug great field position inside your 25-yard line.
Boy, it seemed like such a promising start for De La Salle, and then all of a sudden, here they are, third and long.
They're going to go 4 wide, man in motion.
And that man in motion is Randall. Gums will throw. Gums fires one over the middle, and it's nearly intercepted. Derek Pinkney nearly had an interception for the Purple Knights, and De La Salle will have to punt it away.
Rears back, overthrows the receiver by just a touch. Nice little lick there at the end as well. Good, hard-hitting football here in New Orleans, and that'll bring the punt team on.
Back to punt is Julian Gums. And for St. Aug, it's Garland LaFrance, the Texas Tech commitment. And now we have a whistle. A lot of finger pointing at the clock, and a timeout called by De La Salle. We'll take a break. Purple Knights will get the football when we come back. Early on from Yulman Stadium on the campus of Tulane. This is Game Time on YurView.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the three-point shooter to the three-piece suit. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
Louisiana's best barbecue is Podna's, smoked to perfection for fall-off-the-bone good eating.
Podna's tailgate spread features ribs, chicken, pork, and 2 sides for only $24.85. That's right, feed 3 to 5 people for only $24.85. Available now through October 16th.
Podna's, fast service for dine-in or drive-through, world-famous baked beans, and party pack headquarters. Remember the brand, Podna's. 2 locations, Florida, Don Moore, and Sherwood Forest at I-12.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the Grand Slam hitter to grandparents. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
There you take a look at Garland LaFrance, an outstanding player for St. Augustine. He'll have a chance to return this punt. De La Salle went 19 yards backwards after a great opening kickoff return. This punt sails way out of bounds, and now it'll be the Purple Knights with fantastic field position. They will start from the De La Salle 45-yard line.
For St. Aug, they want to come out and set the tone early, get the quarterback and running back on the same page, and let's see if this 5A attack under head coach Al Jones can try and push around 3A De La Salle a little bit on the line.
So the quarterback here for St. Augustine, this is Michael Mims. He is not their regular quarterback. He's in for the injured starter. And he only led St. Aug to just 1 touchdown last week, but it was good enough. And LaFrance gets a carry and only a couple of yards against the teeth of that De La Salle defense.
LaFrance has to be excited to be back on the field. He injured his leg late in the playoffs last year against Scotlandville. That forced him from the game, but he's had the offseason to recoup, get healthy, and now it looks like he could be the feature back.
And he's going to get another chance again right up the middle. St. Aug does a nice job pushing forward. Pickup of about 3 more to the 38-yard line. And it'll be a very manageable 3rd down and 3 for LaFrance and the Purple Knights.
We mentioned Cameron James, the defensive end on the other side of the ball from St. Aug. Let's see if he can disrupt the passing a little bit.
Mims will throw, and this is going to be a 1st down for St. Aug. That's Broderick Martin, as he gets up all the way to the 25-yard line. So a couple of runs right up the middle, then a safe pass with the quarterback. And St. Aug's really in business on this opening drive for the Purple Knights.
Just one wide receiver split out to the right side. Easy pickup.
Here's the quarterback, Michael Mims, barking out the signals. Mims, and a nice seam on the right side. 2 flags down as Ishmael Landers goes down for St. Augustine.
Landers, a big body and a senior, 6 foot, over 190 pounds. Really took on his defender as well. Let's see where the penalty occurred. Maybe a hold on the outside by St. Aug, and that'll back it up.
St. Aug, Jonathan Brown looked like he was guilty of the holding penalty. So that'll push him back 10 yards to the 32. Mims now surveying the defense here as it's 1st down. And nice job defensively for De La Salle. Accord Green, the nephew of Jarvis Green, the former LSU Tiger, made the stop on the ball carrier. And it'll be 2nd and long.
Looks like De La Salle has made a change. They've been able, with that defensive line, to keep St. Aug contained behind the line of scrimmage. Even when they run out wide, they're still athletic enough to make the stop.
2nd out and 17. They set up the screen. A couple of blockers, and there goes LaFrance. And LaFrance knocked down at about the 20-yard line. They'll spot him dead actually at the 21. So it'll be 3rd down and 7.
De La Salle's going to rush 3. Huge hole up the middle, and the pursuit, boop, right over the top of the head of Cameron James. Makes a nice cut there, too, for extra yards.
Nakia Ely finally dragged down the ball carrier. Here comes some pressure. Mims over the middle. Nice catch in traffic. Outstanding job by Broderick Martin. That's enough for a 1st down inside the 10-yard line.
Couple of passes for 1st downs and better than 10 yards. Mims with a little fake. He's going to earn this one. Takes a hit after, and he goes up, makes the catch.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line. And a good run right up the middle. And that is Ishmael Landers again on the carry. St. Aug looking to strike first in this matchup. 2nd and goal at the 2. Landers to the left, and he gets another carry. But there's 2 Cavaliers there crashing in on him. Accord Green there along with Nicholas Rader. Well, I don't have a number 99 on the roster either, but I think that might be Nicholas Rader.
Rader, a nice performer last year. Accord as well. Part of a big reason this team made it all the way to the state semifinals. Trying to stand up and bristle in the red zone.
Direct snap and right up the middle for a touchdown. Garland LaFrance gets into the end zone for the 1st time this season. And St. Aug on the opening drive for them gets on the board with 7:01 left to go in the 1st quarter.
Little power play there by St. Aug to get that 1st score. There's the nice block. Runs right through a hole you could drive a Volvo through.
On for the extra point. This is Kyle Sims. St. Aug did not convert on their extra point last week. High snap. Sims now will just throw it into the back of the end zone just to get rid of it. And St. Aug will not be able to execute on the extra point. But they are on the scoreboard as they lead it 6-0 after the bad punt Good strong run right up the middle. Outstanding blocking. LaFrance is in. And we got a good one from Yulman Stadium on Game Time.
Do you worry about going to the dentist? After all, a visit to the dentist can easily cost $2,000 or more. Well, relax. The Carefree Dental Card is now available in your area. Call now and we'll send your actual card at no cost today. With the Carefree Dental Card, you go to the dentist whenever you need and you instantly pay a lot less. Activate your card and you can start using it immediately. From exams and cleanings to more expensive procedures like crowns, dentures, even braces, they're all included with the Carefree Dental Card. Say you go to the dentist today without any card and your bill is, well, ouch. Wait a minute, let's try that again. You go to the dentist today and show your Carefree Dental Card, you save $525. The Carefree Dental Card is just $15.95 a month and everyone in your household can use the same card.
Call 1-800-998-7991 now to get your free Carefree Dental Card information kit. Call 1-800-998-7991 now.
In your journey to a better life.
Good crowd on hand for the first prep football game in the history, the short history of Yulman Stadium on the campus of Tulane in New Orleans, Louisiana. And head coach for the St. Augustine Purple Knights played at Tulane, was a captain of the Green Wave football team many years back. And his team is up 6-0 over De La Salle.
Purple Knights really made a statement there. They go 8 plays, 45 yards, and punctuated into the end zone.
And here's the kick by Kyle Sims. Short kick this time, taken by Ivan Paz, and Paz doesn't really return it very far. Only up to the 21-yard line for Ivan Paz.
Well, the statement made by St. Augustine, De La Salle needs to come back out on the field here. You see them rallied up around their leader, Coach Ryan Manali, now in his 6th season. They've just got to run their offense. You know, Gums has to get as comfortable as he can and read the defense well. St. Aug's had a healthy mix there of blitzing and laying back and just taking care of that passing game and cutting out lanes.
Penalties really hurt De La Salle on the opening drive of the night. Let's see if they've cleaned that up. So we found out who number 1 is. It's Kendall Collins. So Kendall Collins is number 1.
Fantastic running back.
And keeping it here is Gums, finds a little seam and gets about 7.
You can expect to see a lot more of that tonight out of the senior quarterback, Gums. The team under his guidance the last couple of years, they've won 22 of their last 23 regular season games. They have been fantastic in the regular season.
2nd down and 3. Collins getting the carry, and there's room to the far side. Slips and falls at the 36-yard line. But a first down, the first one of the night for the Cavaliers.
Collins started his junior campaign with a bang. He ran for 197 yards and 3 touchdowns against Ponchatoula in the Jamboree. Broke off scoring plays of 21 and 75 yards. He's a big body too. 1st and 10
at the 36. Collins looking for a little running room on that right side, but nothing doing that time. First Purple Knight there, Jeremy Ferdinand, a senior linebacker, number 11. A gain of only 2.
Nice win last week against South Lafourche. Cavaliers beat the Tarpons 39-7. Collins had a 32-yard run into the end zone.
And we have a hydration timeout midway through the first quarter. 6 minutes on the clock. 2nd down and 8 coming up. De La Salle was 11-1 last year, and they won their district. They really beat Lutcher in the final game of the regular season. And then they ran into a Parkview Baptist team in the playoffs in the semifinals, a team that's been there and done that. And this De La Salle program that is still trying to grow, I think they learned a lot from losing to Parkview Baptist, who eventually was the runner-up in the state championship game to St. Thomas More.
I don't think it'll be long before Coach Manali has the Cavaliers in the Prep Classic in the Superdome for the very first time. De La Salle did make the state championship game way back in 1961, losing to Estruma, but they're trying to go where St. Augustine has been 3 times before.
2013, De La Salle was 5-4, 7-3. The next season, 9-1, and then an undefeated season in 2016. Second down and 7. Gums will keep it. Gets hit by a couple of Purple Knight defenders, but breaking tackles all the way up to the 35-yard line. Huge run there for Julian Gums.
Gums just would not be denied. Tackle after tackle, and they can't bring him down. Gets through the line, got through our cameraman as well. Let's see the touchdown-saving tackle by Juan Monharris right there. Otherwise, Gums is off to the races.
1st and 10 at the 35. Collins gets a carry, he gets some blocks. Collins running over defenders up to the 20-yard line. He steamrolled Jamal Scott. Another first down for the Cavaliers.
Wow, he looked like Leonard Fournette against Fournette's alma mater. Watch him lower his shoulder and deliver the blow. Knocked him off his feet. He got a little bit at the end too.
Zian Wilcox on the tackle. Gums will now try the right side. And Gums all the way up to the 8-yard line. That's good enough for a first down. A lot of runs so far early in this game, Garrett, to the right side.
Well, that's their power side. They've been able to get a little extra protection there, and you see them just misdirecting St. Aug's defensive lineman Gums. So tough to tackle, and he has brought the De La Salle fans to their feet on the far sideline from us. They have filled up that side here at Yulman Stadium. They got plenty to cheer about now.
St. Augustine calls a timeout, like a basketball timeout, to try to slow down the momentum here. Don't miss any of the action. Go to YurView.com/football and sign up for the Game Time newsletter to get the previous week's highlights, stories, and recruiting news, along with a preview of the upcoming week's matchups delivered straight to your inbox. If you're turning us on, wondering where the Rummel-Escambia game is, well, that game was canceled as a result of Hurricane Irma and all the precautions that are taking place right now in the state of Florida. And again, our thoughts and prayers go to the fine folks in Florida who are really dealing with a very difficult situation with a powerful hurricane bearing down on the Sunshine State. But we're glad to bring you this game. We didn't know about it till about 10 a.m. this morning, so can't give you all the insight that we normally do during our Game Time broadcast, but we'll try to do what we can here on short notice.
Ball's on the 8.
1st and goal for Gums with Collins in the backfield. And now an offensive lineman in motion. The tight end comes over to the near side. Gums will keep. Gums runs over a defender up to the 4-yard line. The tackle, Joshua Hudson, but Hudson all he could do was drag down Gums. And it's 2nd and goal.
Gums gained about 10, 15 pounds in the offseason, up to 225 pounds now, and the scout on him is he runs like a linebacker.
He certainly does. A personal foul penalty called on De La Salle. That will back him up.
Ball was previously at the 8. That'll take them back all the way to the 18, 19-yard line.
So now at the 19, it's 2nd and goal. Just over 5 minutes to go. St. Aug leading at 6-0. The wide receiver to the near side is Randall. Again, some shifting on the line. Collins, not much running room that time as St. Aug was waiting for him, but we might have a face mask penalty. That would be a big break for De La Salle.
Kyle Jackson, 14, was in pursuit. Didn't see the face mask from up here, but looks indicative of that call.
There it is. Face mask penalty.
Big guy on the track. Let's see, he get his hands on it. More of a horse collar. Does he come around and make incidental contact? Hard to see there, but they do bring him down.
It is still 2nd and goal. With the ball placed just outside the 10-yard line. St. Aug's defense was masterful last week. McDonough had 3 trips inside the red zone, but couldn't come away with any points. Collins runs hard to get to the 7-yard line. Good open field tackle over there by Joshua Hudson.
I think it was Hudson who slipped his blocker. They just kind of lost contain on the outside edge. Thought they had a seal, and he would have had a straight shot into the end zone from 10 yards out. St. Aug doing a nice job shedding blockers.
So 3rd and goal at the 8. Big play coming up here with De La Salle already trailing 6-0.
They're going to go 3 wide.
Wide receiver to the top of the screen is Marquez. And now we have flags as looks like De La Salle going to be hit with another penalty. Well, De La Salle knows this is a statement game for them, Garrett. You're playing a 5A school. First game in Yulman Stadium on television. A chance for everybody to learn more about this Cavalier team and maybe some early game jitters as they've been hit with nearly a half a dozen penalties in this opening quarter.
You know, a team that really took the crown last year in 3A, that huge win against Lutcher on the road. We did the game on the broadcast. Just put an exclamation point on an undefeated season.
Comes looking to his left. Lofts one up there. Collins can't grab it. Collins, if he was able to catch that one, I think would have been able to get in the end zone. Instead, Cavaliers will try to kick a field goal.
That's a tough break there. Might have led his running back just a touch at 5'7". Can't get the arms out to it. He had 5 touchdowns last year. Just misses an opportunity in the open flat.
St. Augustine was bringing the blitz. Gums might have rushed that just a little bit. On for the field goal try. It is Flynn LaBreche. He's a senior. This will be a 30-yard field goal for the left-footed kicker. LaBreche's kick has the distance, and it is good through the uprights, and that cuts the St. Aug lead in half. With 3:37 left to go in the opening quarter, Purple Knights leading De La Salle 6-3. But again, Ryan Manley has to be saying, we need to cut down on these penalties. They're just killing us right now.
They've got a half's worth already, and we're still in the first quarter. And you can't, we talked about it with the keys to winning. Score when you're in the red zone. LaBreche's long field goal bails them out here, but they had opportunities to just overpower St. Aug and run the ball, and it was those penalties that slowed them down. Coach Jones has to be happy about the first 2 possessions by De La Salle on offense. His defenses look sharp.
They still have not allowed a touchdown this season after shutting out McDonough 35 last week. That scoring drive brought to you by Podner's Barbecue. LaBreche has it teed up and ready to return. It's Garland LaFrance. They kick it away from LaFrance, and the over-the-shoulder grab by Josh White. Not much blocking. White now gets a couple of blocks, but one is a block in the back, and now we're going to have a late hit as well at the 24-yard line, as Lance Robinson's lick on the sidelines was too late.
Maybe a little block in the back, and then the offsetting penalty. We'll see what the umpires decide to do, refs decide to do. Coach Jones out there pleading his case. You see a little blindside hit right there. And then watch him get to the sideline and knocked out with some authority. I'm one of those guys, though, until the guy is out of bounds, you've got to make contact with him, and I fault Lance Robinson not one bit.
So the officials sorting it out. So 2 personal foul penalties. They'll mark off the block in the back half the distance to the goal, and then they'll mark 15 yards back the other way, the late hit penalty, and after all that, the ball will be put at the 21-yard line.
Pretty good kick there, lost in all the penalties by Finn LaBreche. Kicked it away from Garland LaFrance into a sophomore wide receiver back in the corner, almost pinned him deep.
So Mims, with LaFrance back with him and Landers as well, And here's LaFrance. Good job by De La Salle to disrupt that play. Lance Robinson makes up for the late hit penalty with a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of about 5 yards.
He might be 5'10", 180 pounds, but Lance Robinson brings the wood. Nice tackle there in space behind the line of scrimmage. Let's take a look. They're just trying to turn the corner with a blocker. Robinson sheds his blocker and gets the tackle behind the line.
Both teams have had a lot of success early in this game running outside the tackles. It'll be interesting to see what kind of different adjustments are made to try to slow that down. Well, the turf slowed down Landers on that one. He stumbled soon as he got the football, and he loses a couple more yards. It is 3rd and long. 3rd and 17 coming up for the Purple Knights.
Just a misstep, tried to cut forward, go back to his right, and he's down without contact.
Theodore Tyler, though, looked like he was right there to wrap up Landers.
Mims, 6'1", 160 pounds, leading the attack.
4 wide receivers in this package with LaFrance to the left of Mims. A delay on the run. LaFrance right up the middle to the 22, and that's it. Well short of the first down. And St. Aug goes 3 and out on its 2nd possession of the ball game.
If you're De La Salle, that's exactly what you wanted. Stand tall on defense and put them back deep in their own territory to force the punt. Now they have an opportunity for B.J. Randall to try and do some damage on punt return.
Randall had a great return to start off the game. Out the punt, it's Jamal Jalla. And they nearly blocked it. Not a great punt by Jalla. And then it rolls, though, into De La Salle territory. That was also lucky it didn't touch a De La Salle player. Let's go down to the 3rd member of our broadcast crew, Reggie Flood. Reggie?
Guys, in this new era of high school football where they throw the ball all around the field, this game is definitely a throwback. A lot of hard hitting going on, and the big guys are controlling the line of scrimmage. So it's a lot to look forward to. If De La Salle can get through their penalties, this is going to be one heck of a game. Let's go back to you guys up in the booth.
Thanks a lot. De La Salle has been hit with a lot of penalties in this game. They're actually going to mark this one down in St. Aug territory. That line drive punt clipped a St. Aug player.
Right around their 40, I thought.
Well, they're actually going to put the ball at the 30-yard line.
You see the look on Al Jones's face, just incredulous. Well, what are you doing? You just gave them 20 yards into my territory.
So a great break here for De La Salle after the poor punt. And now there's going to be another discussion here. Al Jones wants to find out a little bit more on what's going on here. Purple Knights were a Division I state quarterfinalist last season. This has been a series that has been dominated by St. Aug. It's the first meeting between these two teams in 15 years. St. Aug has won 33 of the 36 matchups.
Wow.
The Cavaliers' last win in this series was back in 1997. So the Knights, they have won 15 straight. They won 15 straight from 82 to 96, and then the Cavaliers recorded their last victory in the series when they played back in 97. 31-7 was the score. 1st and 10. Gums going deep in the triple coverage, and he nearly still hit his receiver, B.J. Randall.
Terrell Jalla, number 24, may have gotten a fingertip on that one, but again, throwing deep into trip coverage. Gums all the way, lofts this one up. The D-backs read it, almost put it right in his breadbasket.
Gums was a Class 3A All-State selection last season. He's one of 12 starters back from that team that won 11 games a season ago.
The District 9 5A MVP as well.
He had 3 touchdowns he accounted for last week in the win over South Lafourche. Wow. Gums running. Nice stutter step, and he should have enough for the first down into the Livingston Tourism red zone.
You talk about the patience of Julian Gums. Just waits for the block to open up. There it is. Whoop, I'm gone. Picks up over 10 yards, gets the first down, and now the pressure is on St. Aug to slow down this De La Salle attack.
Under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Great atmosphere here at Yulman Stadium. Both bands cranking the music at the moment. From the 20-yard line. Gums to Collins. And he gets about 6. Running up the middle. We were talking about how De La Salle is having a lot of luck running over to the right side. Now they've kind of ran right down the middle here, and they've gotten 2 good gains, one from Collins and the other one from Gums.
The big bodies in the middle. You look at 75, 74. You got Jonathan Martin, a freshman, and Nicholas Guthrie, a senior, that are trying to clear the way for Julian Gums as a very big freshman.
That'll be
right there in the middle of your line.
That'll be the final play of your opening quarter. It is 6-3. St. Augustine leading De La Salle. We'll have more from Yulman Stadium on the campus of Tulane in New Orleans, Louisiana. St. Aug got on the board with a touchdown run from Landers, but now it is De La Salle who's threatening to score and to take the lead. You're watching Game Time on YurView.
Game Time on YurView. Warren Easton and Landry Walker live Friday at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Welcome to Monogram Express, a unique embroidery boutique specializing in personalized and one-of-a-kind gift ideas. Gifts for babies, children, ladies, and even men, we have you covered. Equipped with state-of-the-art embroidery machines, along with an experienced client-focused staff serving you 6 days a week. Check out the area's largest selection of letters, designs, and thread colors. We're your one-stop embroidery shop, handling personal, corporate, team, and school logos, and you're welcome to bring in your own items. Conveniently located at 2109 Veterans. Monogram Express makes your ordinary gifts extraordinary.
Beginning the second quarter of Game Time on YurView, Jeff Palermo, Garrett Walbert, and Reggie Flood down on the sidelines. It is 6-3, St. Aug leading De La Salle, but the Cavaliers in business as they have the football inside the Podnas Barbecue red zone with the ball at the 14-yard line. Julian Gums and Kendall Collins have been a great 1-2 punch on that offense, and here's Collins. Finds a little bit of running room to the 11. He is very close to the first down. Wrapped up by Kendrick Hills and brought to the ground.
Pretty good misdirection there by Gums and the wideout, Aaron Marquez. Looks like he was going to give it to him in space. Instead, the handoff to Collins, and he tried to sneak around the end.
3rd down and a yard with the football at the 11-yard line. This is the first high school football game on Tulane's campus since 1979. Run up the middle, first down for Collins. That night it was Chalmette beating Jesuit, 23-9 at Old Tulane Stadium. And both schools have talked about how much excitement there has been for this game since it's the first one at Yulman Stadium. De La Salle ranked number 1 in Class 3A. A win here for St. Aug after beating McDonough last week. Now they'll be appearing in those rankings as well. 1st and goal at the 9. Gums keeps it. Gums to the 5, and then he is hit by a couple of Purple Knight defenders and dropped inside the 3.
Great blocking by the offensive lineman. Jeremiah James, the brother of Jamron, cleared some space and let Gums pick up a couple more very valuable yards. And now they are inside the 5.
Joshua Hudson in on the tackle. There's Khalid Jefferson. Somebody on that St. Aug defense needs to make a play as De La Salle threatening to get their first lead of the night. It's 2nd and goal from just inside the 3-yard line. Collins gets it, lowers his head, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Cavaliers now lead it 9-6.
Best offensive drive of the night belongs to De La Salle. They work their way up the field, and Collins punctuates it with a touchdown to take the lead.
Took advantage of a poor punt, and the key on that drive, Garrett, no penalties for De La Salle. That's been hurting them so far tonight.
See the handoff by Gums, and Collins slithers in between 2 offensive linemen and finds pay dirt.
Flynn LaBreche will try to add the extra point. Already has a 30-yard field goal in this game. And now he has an extra point. It is a 10-6 lead. First time all year St. Aug has given up a touchdown. Also the first time the Purple Knights have trailed this season. We'll see how their offense responds. When we come back, you're watching Game Time on YurView.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the three-point shooter to the three-piece suit. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
Hello, this is JT with Livingston Tourism. I just want to encourage you to come out and see us. We're just east of Baton Rouge on Interstate 12. We have Bass Pro, beautiful hotels, RV parks. So if you're looking for just a weekend getaway, you can come see us. Or if you're just traveling, stop by. We have restaurants, shopping, antique district, Jubin Crossing, golf. Anything you want to do, we have it here in Livingston Parish. So come see us. For any of our events, you can visit us at livingstontourism.com or on social media.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the Grand Slam hitter to grandparents. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
Game Time on YurView is brought to you by Honda's Barbecue. Slow cooked, fall off the bone perfection, and the best baked beans in America. And by Gary Lewis Properties, from apartments, condominiums, and townhomes. Gary Lewis Properties, a top provider in Baton Rouge of residential and commercial property for rent. And by ITI Technical College, your key to a better life. From Yulman Stadium, the St. Augustine Purple Knights defense gathering up after giving up a 30-yard scoring drive for a touchdown, and De La Salle leading it 10-6. On the return, it's Garland LaFrance to the 20 and up to the 28-yard line. And there are some flags flying as well behind the play.
10 unanswered points now for De La Salle, and St. Aug coming back out on the field trying to make their name known on offense this time and slow down the momentum for the Cavaliers. We'll see what the officials have to say about this flag, which came flying in well behind the play on the field. It was the back judge behind the punter for De La Salle that threw the flag across the field. Personal foul on St. Aug.
So this will push the Purple Knights back, and they will have to start this drive from their own 16-yard line. And not a happy look on the face of Coach Al Jones. From the 16-yard line. Trying to make something happen, but that De La Salle defense crashing in there, led by Ashton Robinson, a sophomore linebacker, Robert Lestrick there defensively as well.
Michael Mims is an upperclassman, a junior at quarterback. They set him up with 4 wide receivers on this play, but just a simple handoff over the left end and no moving that way on De La Salle.
No gain. Mims to throw. Just a little screen pass and a little running room by LaFrance, banged out of bounds. Just shy of the 20-yard line as that De La Salle defense pursuing to the football so well. Joseph Husband, a sophomore defensive back, on the pursuit. Big 3rd down and 6 here for St. Aug as they look to try to reverse the momentum back in their favor.
Well, for the older folks watching tonight, I believe De La Salle's band is playing the theme from the Munsters. You don't know what that is, Google it.
I'm sure the kids playing on the field have no idea what that is. Quick pass, caught on the near side. White moves up the field. Is it enough for a first down? I think so, by just a yard.
They're signaling it is.
Josh White, a sophomore wide receiver, did a nice job just moving, going straight forward after catching this pass.
And that'll move the ball up to the 27-yard line.
Offensive lineman Bless Harris causing a little bit of a distraction there as well. LaFrance, maybe a yard. That is it.
Boy, he absorbed some contact, doesn't he?
Yeah, and Robert Lestrick coming up with another big hit for the Cavaliers.
Pretty sturdy, though. 5'10", 180 pounds.
Originally committed to Tulane, switched that. Now he's committed to Texas Tech.
Heading out to the Big 12 with their wide open offenses. And now a championship game again.
Under 9 minutes to go before half. Mims to the air. Fires one down the field, but way too far for White, who did have a step on the defender, Quincy Thomas. There's also a flag on the play. A lot of penalties here in week 2.
On 2nd and long, I have no problem with that. Get the defensive backs off your mid-level section a little bit. Get them to back up and respect the pass a little bit more, though that one had a lot of air under it.
It's an unsportsmanlike penalty. This is going to really hurt St. Aug. Push him back to the 28-yard line. It's 3rd down and 9.
Trips at the top of your screen.
Mims, they set up the screen, it's deflected and then intercepted. De La Salle getting the first turnover of the ball game, and intercepting it is Robert Lestrick. What a series of downs he had on that drive.
They read that little delayed pass very well. 99 with the tip. Lestrick corrals it and brings it in. And now De La Salle is cooking deep in St. Aug territory.
Second straight drive that they'll start in Purple Knights territory, already up 10-6. They started the last drive at the 30. They'll start this one at the 35. Comes with Kendall Collins in the backfield. Aaron Marquez, the wide receiver, to the near side. B.J. Randall to the far side. Kendall Baker lined up as the H-back. Right up the middle. This is Collins to the 10, all the way to the 8-yard line. Nothing fancy about that. Finally brought down by Terrell Jalla.
28 yards on the scamper right up the middle. Boy, the patience again of De La Salle playing off. Waited for the hole to open, and all of St. Aug can do is chase the back of his jersey.
Inside the Ponders Barbecue red zone from the 7-yard line. Gums keeps it. Gums is in the end zone. Touchdown Cavaliers. Just like that, they're up 16-6.
Powerful run there by the senior quarterback, Julian Gums. Fakes a handoff around the end. Pretty good seal. He'll draw contact, and they can't knock him off his feet. His team up by 10 now.
LaBreche on to kick the field goal. And it's an 11-point game. De La Salle off to a slow start in this game. Kept committing penalties, but now Gums and the Cavaliers in control. You're watching Game Time on YurView.
Okay, listen up. I know you offer great auto rates, local agents, fast, friendly claims, but do you want to be a legend? You got to get tough, kid. When I'm done with you, nothing's going to keep you down.
Great talk, Brett. Can we get back to your auto quote now?
All right, sure.
Great.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
How about some water?
No, thanks. I'm good.
Hi, I'm Joe Martin, president of ITI Technical College, and we are so excited to have been awarded Forbes magazine's top 30 two-year technical colleges in America. To achieve this award, ITI was recognized for our high scores in 1, earnings of our graduates, 2, quality of education, and 3, affordability. To learn more, we invite you to visit our campus or go online. ITI Technical College. Begin your journey to a better life.
A lot of excitement on the De La Salle sidelines. They've scored 17 unanswered points, and they lead it 17-6. LaBreche's kick high in the air, taken at the 10-yard line. Nice job by the return man. Josh White made a couple people miss and got to the 27-yard line. Game time on YurView. Thanks Louisiana Lift for their support of this telecast, specializing in customer service on equipment, rental, parts, and training. Louisiana Lift has been serving its customers since 1980. You can check them out online or call their New Orleans office at area code 504-463-3400. Louisiana Lift, they're always on call. Ryan Manali been calling up some good plays offensively, and his defense is dialed in as well. LaFrance, not much running room as this De La Salle defense starting to really clamp down, and that's Jamaryn James, the senior defensive lineman, making the tackle after a 2-yard gain.
Really a spectacular defensive play there by Jamaryn James. Ran around from the end and ran down the lead running back for St. Aug. Almost a tackle for loss.
St. Aug offensively has not done much since their scoring drive. LaFrance gets a couple of blocks. He puts his head down in a hard-fought run there of about 10 yards to the 40. And that'll be a much-needed first down for the Purple Knights.
Sophomore Joseph Husband of De La Salle earns this tackle. Watch LaFrance put his head down and blows him away. But again, positive yards, and that'll move the sticks.
Setting up shop now at the 40-yard line is Mims. 3 wide receivers. Mims looking, heaves one, got a man. White off his fingertips. Josh White, only a sophomore, but they've been going to him here lately. And this was there for him, Garrett, if he could connect.
I think he gave a little wiggle to the defensive back, got inside on him, and I think he lost him when he was running down the field. That ball's a little more on target. He might have been off to the races.
2nd and 10 now from the 40.
A couple of long passing attempts by St. Aug's offense here on their last 2 possessions.
Again, a 3 wide receiver set, 3 down linemen for the Cavaliers. Landers trying to follow his blocks. Landers into De La Salle territory and all the way up to the 32-yard line. Pickup of 29 as they mark him out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Biggest run of the game there for number 6, Ishmael Landers, the senior tailback, 28 yards. And Jeff, they keep going over that left end and they're finding success. Big clear out block near the sideline.
Purple Knights have something cooking at the 31 of De La Salle. Cavaliers showing blitz. Mims on the draw. He'll keep it though. Made the right decision. Scampers out of bounds at the 24-yard line. If he would have handed the football off to the ball carrier, he would have been hit right there and brought down.
Again, De La Salle with those 3 down linemen. They've got that 1 high safety way back, and that provides a little bit of extra running room for St. Aug.
Accord Green got into the backfield really quick, forcing Mims to carry the ball. 2nd down and 3. A short 3. LaFrance still on his feet. First down to the 18. Hard run there. Looked like De La Salle thought he was going to go down, but he stayed on his feet, picked up a couple of extra yards.
You complete the tackle there. It's 3rd down and short. Instead, they let him go. He gets the 1st down, and now they're creeping closer towards the end zone.
St. Aug now inside the Ponder's Barbecue red zone with the football at the 18-yard line. This is Landers. Landers, good push by that St. Aug offensive line. Allows him to gain 5 more. Coming up on a hydration timeout, and the Cavaliers defense could sure use it with St. Aug driving. And there it is, with 6:10 left to go before halftime. De La Salle leads it 17-6, but St. Augustine is on the move. We'll take this break. Coach Al Jones feeling a little bit better about his offense. This has been a good drive for the Purple Knights. We'll see if they can finish it when we come back on Game Time on YurView.
Reason number 12 why you should own a ThermoSpa's hot tub. They require no attachment to your home's plumbing. Simply fill it with a garden hose and plug it in. ThermoSpa's unique thermofiltration system is completely built in and filters the water an incredible 144 times a day, so your water stays crystal clear with very little maintenance. Call to receive a free DVD and 48-page brochure and find out how you can own a ThermoSpa's for only a few dollars a day. And right now, we're offering 0% financing. There will never be a better time to own a ThermoSpa's hot tub. This offer includes free delivery, free chemicals, and a $400 cash coupon. That's $1,000 in savings. So call now and ask about 0% financing.
ThermoSpa's, 800-998-0254.
Of life.
De La Salle student section fired up for this one. St. Aug fans looking for a touchdown as their team is down by 11 points. New ball carrier into the game and being brought down quickly was Mahmoud Bailey. Mahmoud Bailey, a sophomore, as he was tackled by Robinson.
So some fresh legs coming out of that hydration timeout. Tries to run around the left end, and De La Salle puts the wall up. Bailey in the backfield now with LaFrance.
And LaFrance will get the carry. LaFrance gets hit hard. Upended by Lance Robinson, shy of the 1st down. Decision time here for Coach Jones, as he's got 4th down and 2 at the 10.
Woo! Couple of hard hits tonight by Robinson, who's one of those triple threat players. He can be a corner, safety, nickel. Guy's got offers from Kansas, Kansas State, a couple of other in-state schools, as well as South Carolina from the SEC.
Looks like St. Aug is bringing in their heavy package here. LaFrance ready to take the direct snap. And he'll run behind some big offensive linemen. Stopped at the line of scrimmage, and he won't get the 1st down. It didn't matter if there was a 2nd or 3rd effort there. The Cavaliers were up for the challenge. Royce Richardson, first man to make contact.
7 men on the offensive line there for St. Aug, and De La Salle said, all right, we'll stack the box. They tried to drive it right up Broadway, and the Cavaliers stand tall and force the turnover on downs. Great play.
Big defensive stand for De La Salle and their head coach, Ryan Manali. And now it's up to the St. Aug defense, who has allowed 3 consecutive scoring drives by the Cavaliers.
Gums has to be careful here. A turnover deep in this territory makes it a brand new ball game.
Don't want to change the momentum back in favor of St. Aug. 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line. Gums barking out the signals. And Collins, nothing doing there. Nice job by Zion Wilcox to bring him down right at the line of scrimmage. He had some help as well from Dante Carter, a 315-pound defensive tackle. Gain of 2 as you take a look at Gums. Gums serves the defense. Collins, again, more penetration in the backfield. He gets away from it, and now he's into the secondary all the way up to the 27-yard line. Unable to make the initial tackle, turns into a big play for De La Salle. Christopher confident the tackle for the Purple Knights, but there is a flag down.
Big 99, Dante Carter almost had the tackle in the backfield, but the loss of contain makes for some real running room there by Collins.
Well, here comes the penalties again for De La Salle. Hampered by him in the first quarter, not so much in the second quarter. And this will go half the distance to the goal line, putting the ball at the 6-yard line. Second down and 13. Boy, St. Aug really needs to pin them back here, force them to punt, try to get the ball, and then get the ball here late in the second quarter and put up another touchdown before halftime.
7 men in the box with a linebacker creeping.
Gums around the left end. Good job to string it along to St. Aug. Gums, and he might have enough for a first down. Some poor tackling here for St. Aug.
That linebacker I'm talking about was Daniil Ward-McGee. He was spying Gums, ran with him the whole way, and they were able to shed that blocker and almost come up with a first down.
Andrew Siu and Zian Wilcox on the tackle.
Watch 5 shadowing him, top of your screen. Pushes him out of the way. Just picks up more positive yards. So tough to tackle is Julian Gums.
They do move the chains on that run by Gums to the 19-yard line. A little breathing room now for the De La Salle offense.
We've seen Gums complete a handful of passes tonight, but nothing very deep. 2 wide set now.
Marquez to the near side, Randall to the top. Gums looking to throw. No one open downfield, and then he'll just run for a couple yards to the 21.
Intended target would have been B.J. Randall, number 6 on the far side of the field. 1v1 coverage, just wasn't able to shake past his man.
Coming up on the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. St. Aug scored first. It's been De La Salle ever since, and they lead it by 11. Second down and 8. Gums running, more penetration to the backfield, but more of Gums' ability to get away from it. And another De La Salle first down to the 38-yard line. Wilcox another tackle, but they are moving the chains on the far side.
Really nice running there by Julian Gums. Picks up 18 yards, and this is a guy who understands he's not going to break away, but he reads the lanes correctly and gets as big a chunk of yardage as he can.
Collins gets a turn, and Collins gets 9. And this St. Aug defense, they pride themselves on great defense to the Purple Knights. They're huffing and puffing, and I think they just called a timeout once again to slow things down here a little bit.
Mentioned that De La Salle wasn't throwing very deep. You don't need to when you can run the ball like that, and like you mentioned, just hold off on the penalties and good things will happen.
It'll be second down and 2. This is the first game being played at Yulman Stadium. They'll have other great games here as the season goes on. And this is really an outstanding place for a high school football stadium. This stadium, I believe, has been open for 4 years now, Garrett. They wanted to kind of wait and see how they were able to handle crowds for college football on a Saturday before they introduced prep football here. But this is what it's all about in an intimate stadium like this.
An incredible environment. I'm just glad they brought it back on campus instead of that cavernous Superdome where Tulane played for so long. My dad grew up in the New Orleans area, saw tons of Saints, Tulane, and LSU games at Old Sugar Bowl Stadium, and it's great to have it back on campus here. Hopefully this is the first of many high school games here.
Our next game coming up on YurView will be back in the New Orleans area next week for Landry Walker and Warren Easton. We'll show you the remaining schedule later on in the broadcast. Some great matchups coming up. Second down and 2. Let's see what kind of adjustments the Purple Knights did here to slow down Gums. Oh, they got in the backfield, but there should be a face mask penalty, and there is. Well, they came crashing in on Collins, the ball carrier, but a vicious face mask.
Could be on 55, Kendrick Hills, the senior defensive end. You saw him smacking the ground after he saw the laundry hit the field. Yeah, he brought him down hard.
That is a 15-yard penalty, moving the ball into St. Aug territory.
Handful of personal fouls now for St. Augustine tonight.
Ball at the 42. This drive started deep in De La Salle territory. This could be an absolute backbreaker if they're able to score before halftime. And Gums has room to run all the way up to the 28-yard line. Tripped up by Andrew Siu. Wow, Gums is right now just gashing this St. Aug defense. And he has some great blocking to do so.
Kendall Baker, plenty of room to run right behind the big man over the left end.
That time St. Aug got in the backfield and Collins will lose some yards. First Purple Knight there was Kyle Jackson. He loses 6 yards, does Kendall Collins. There is a St. Aug player slow to get up. As that is Donnell Ward McGee.
He was grabbing his wrist earlier right as he hit the ground too. Hope he's all right.
He's a good player. Had an interception a week ago. Heavily recruited. You may have heard Lee Brakeem in our Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance countdown to game time. He talked about how he's another Tyrann Mathieu type player.
Take a look at the play again, see where the injury may have happened. Brings the tackle down, and look at him come down. Ooh, I think if you backed it up just a little bit, when he comes down on his left wrist, jumping over the man, that's where the injury occurred. You mentioned Tyrann Mathieu. Would you believe he has a cousin on the St. Aug team this year? Number 80, Kai Mathieu, a sophomore wide receiver, class of 2020. Boy, does that make you feel old.
I was just thinking the same thing.
We hope they're able to bring him to his feet, and they are.
Looks like he's going to be okay as he's able to walk off.
Gave his defense a little breather there with that injury timeout. They've got to regroup and quickly against De La Salle, who is just tearing up chunks of yardage at a time.
Second down and 17 after the 7-yard loss. Let's see what Gums can do to deliver for De La Salle. 1:43 left to go in this first half.
Marquez and Randall wideouts at the bottom of your screen.
Gums trying to set up the screen. Dangerous pass. Somehow he got it to Collins. And Collins gets a block. Collins up to the 20. Very close to the first down marker. Wow, when that ball left the hand of Gums, I thought for sure it would be either deflected or intercepted, but it got to Collins and then he did the rest.
Literally a lateral, draws contact, hits the deck, and Collins does a nice job of following his blocker. Look at the seal. Picks up an extra 10 yards and is finally brought down right around the 20.
Nicholas Guthrie on the tackle, 3rd and short. St. Aug nearly went off sides as Gums underneath center. Clock under a minute. Now he'll back up in the shotgun formation. Collins, first down to the 16. That stops the clock with 42 seconds. St. Aug gets a substitution, another offensive lineman back out there. Noah Delvin, a sophomore offensive lineman, back out on the field. St. Aug trying to do some substituting as well. Gums to the 5, touchdown! Touchdown Cavaliers, and they've opened this thing up. 23-6, a 16-yard touchdown run for Julian Gums.
You see the athleticism by Gums, patiently waits, goes around the right end, and there's the seal. Totally takes the man out of your picture, and he's into the end zone with daylight. Really impressive running there by the senior running back. Second touchdown rush of the night for Julian Gums. His team has scored 23 unanswered.
The extra point try is through the uprights. Well, this dual threat quarterback for De La Salle, Julian Gums, has been special. 5'9", 216 pounds. Class of 2018.
Manali put a lot of praise on him last year when we talked about Gums. Says he doesn't throw it just to throw. He likes to run it. He's always been motivated to prepare well. And the thing about Gums is that he gets better with each week, season to season. That's the scary thing about him. Again, these guys are 22 of their last 23 in the regular season. Victors, they've found a way to win, and win at really an alarming rate if you've got to play against them.
When you look at the various recruiting websites and you look for colleges, you don't see many schools going after him. I mean, he's just an outstanding high school quarterback. Short, high kick. Taken at the 19 by Josh White. More laundry on the field as White is brought down at the 33.
Big tackle on special teams by B.J. Randall. Brought him down hard, but a penalty well before that tackle.
And Robert Lestrick is slow to get up for De La Salle, unable to get on his own feet without some assistance.
St. Aug shoots themselves in the foot again. Personal foul, and that'll back them up.
22 seconds left. I would imagine St. Aug will just run the football here and head to the locker room and need to make some adjustments to figure out how to stop Julian Gums. They really, when they've gotten into the backfield, Garrett, they can't bring him down.
And it's not like they're passing all over and creating all this space to run. De La Salle is kind of out physicaling St. Aug, and that's hard to believe.
3A school versus a 5A school, but the top 3A school in the state, according to the Louisiana Sports Writers Association. Garland LaFrance gets 6. Now, St. Aug will get the ball to begin the second half. That's a bright spot, but they're going to need to really get it going in the final 24 minutes of this one because they trail it 24-6 as the first half comes to a close. An impressive performance by the top-ranked Cavaliers of Class 3A. Reggie Flood will have an opportunity here in a moment to talk with the head coach for De La Salle, Ryan Manelli. And St. Aug heading back into their locker room. And De La Salle will do the same as well.
How impressive was the last drive by De La Salle that started at their own 8-yard line? They marched 92 yards, capped off by that 16-yard touchdown scamper by Julian Gums, his second score of the game.
That scoring recap brought to you by Podner's Barbecue.
There's the young man captaining the De La Salle Cavaliers in the fall of 2017. And it would say something to get a win here in the very first high school football game at Yulman Stadium. I think it would be more bragging rights to have gotten a convincing win against a Catholic League school from 5A.
And a school that has dominated them throughout the years, even though this is the first matchup between these two schools in 15 years. Let's go down to the field and Reggie Flood. Reggie?
Coach, his team seemed to come out in the first half with a few jitters. What were you able to tell them to get back in the game?
Just play De La Salle football. The biggest thing was, this is why we scheduled against just about anybody that we could play. Because we need to be in the environment. We need to play against a quality ball club. And you saw early that first 5 minutes was about as sloppy as can be. We settled in and played De La Salle football, and big 24 minutes left because I guarantee they're not going to be too happy in that locker room.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Well, these two former Catholic League rivals meeting up for the first time in 15 years. And after giving up an early touchdown, De La Salle has been in control since then. When we come back, it will be the Louisiana Farm Bureau halftime show on Game Time, YurView.
Okay, listen up. I know you offer great auto rates, local agents, fast, friendly claims, but do you want to be a legend? You got to get tough, kid. When I'm done with you, nothing's going to keep you down.
Great talk, Brett. Can we get back to your auto quote now?
All right, sure.
Great.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
How about some water?
No, thanks. I'm good.
Hi, I'm Joe Martin, president of ITI Technical College, and we are so excited to have been awarded Forbes magazine's top 30 two-year technical colleges in America. To achieve this award, ITI was recognized for our high scores in 1, earnings of our graduates, 2, quality of education, and 3, affordability. To learn more, we invite you to visit our campus or go online. ITI Technical College. Begin your journey to a better life.
The Game Time halftime show is brought to you by Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance, ready to serve you with auto insurance, homeowners insurance, life insurance, and more. Real service, real people. Jeff Palermo and Garrett Walbert as the De La Salle Marching Band set to entertain the folks at Yulman Stadium on the campus of Tulane in New Orleans, Louisiana. De La Salle, the #1 ranked team in Class 3A, according to the Louisiana Sports Writers Association, leading St. Augustine 24-6. De La Salle is, when they don't make penalties or commit penalties, they march right down the field, and that was evident on the final drive of that second quarter when they went 90-plus yards.
Well, the game story so far has been the touchdown runs by Julian Gums on runs of 8 and 16 yards. On the other side of the field, Garland LaFrance has looked sharp running the ball, and as a punt returner, he's got a 5-yard touchdown run. He scored the first high school touchdown in Yulman Stadium history, but Jeff, he hasn't been able to break loose against De La Salle's defense, just rushing 3 men. They've been very physical up front. The linebackers have made their tackles and made it really tough on St. Aug to just continue drives.
Let's send it down to the field. Reggie Flood has a special guest. Reggie?
And thank you, Jeff. We're joined here by Dr. Kenneth St. Charles, the newly minted president of St. Augustine High School. Dr. St. Charles, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us.
Now, I say newly minted. I wanted everybody to know, how long have you been the president?
About 9 months.
About 9 months.
9 months, yes.
And you were telling me you're a St. Augustine alum, right?
I sure am. Graduated in 1981.
Okay. Now, we all know the reputation of St. Augustine, educating young men here in the city of New Orleans.
Yes.
What brought you back to be the president and CEO?
You know, when I first came back, they invited me back as the president to sort of, everybody said, to bring the school back to where it was. You know, I really felt that it was important for me to come back for the young men who were here. Because I remember when I was a student, how important it was to have this school behind them and the good things that this school does. So that was really what drew me back. Plus, I was living in Lynchburg, Virginia, and I figured, you know, coming back to New Orleans would be a good thing.
Yeah, and coming back to New Orleans is never a bad thing. That's for sure, especially for a homeboy.
That's right.
Now, I have to ask you, what do you see for the future of St. Augustine?
You know, I see us continue to develop the students, to ensure that the students are prepared when they leave. Making our school as competitive and best school than any school in the city. Really giving us the young men the sense of pride that I know will help them when they graduate. So the future is bright for us. The future is important because we realize that these young men are our future. They are the future leaders. And if St. Aug has a small role in making sure that these kids are educated, then we've done a good job.
Okay, now I know you're a football fan, and I know you follow. You're a few years after the state championships, but I know you follow St. Aug football from a distance. And now that you're back, what do you think of what's happening with St. Aug's football and its resurgence?
You know, we have young kids who are dedicated, hardworking, know how to deal with adversity. We'll come back in this game. This will be a great season for us. I see these kids every day, and I see their determination. I see their work ethic in the classroom. I see what they do in practice field. These are great kids. And, you know, we got to remember, these are student athletes. And at the end of the day, if we educate them and make sure that they can be prepared for the future, we'll be good to go.
All right. Thank you, Dr. St. Charles. Now let's go back up to the booth to Jeff.
Last year, St. Augustine went 7-5, 5-1 in the Catholic League before losing to the eventual state runner-ups in the playoffs, Scotlandville, by the score of 27-20. Let's hear from the De La Salle Marching Band. A little quiet riot. We're not going to take it from the De La Salle Marching Band. I love it. 24-6 is the score. De La Salle leading St. Aug. More coming up.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the blue chip athlete to blue collar worker. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
If your business is looking for growth opportunities in the capital region, find out why Livingston Parish is the place to be. We have available sites, tremendous access to and from your facility. We have an excellent workforce pipeline, and our quality of life is second to none. To find out more, contact our office at 225-686-3982 or visit our website at ledc.net.
Okay, listen up. I know you offer great auto rates, local agents, fast, friendly claims, but do you want to be a legend? You got to get tough, kid. When I'm done with you, nothing's going to keep you down.
Great talk, Brett. Can we get back to your auto quote now?
All right, sure.
Great.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
How about some water?
No, thanks. I'm good.
You can live the dream life right now at Suma Crossing Apartments in Livingston Parish. Imagine luxurious and affordable living where it is safe and the school systems are awesome. A quiet community with a private, well-stocked lake and a cool, relaxing swimming pool. Easy access for Baton Rouge commuters or students at Southeastern. It's not a dream, it's real and waiting for you. Come see Suma Crossing, exit 19 on I-12.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from those who serve aces to those who serve others. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
St. Aug Marching Band now performing here at Yulman Stadium on the campus of Tulane. Earlier today, Jessica Province caught up with one of our fine sponsors of Game Time on YurView. Let's hear that piece.
Thanks so much, Jeff. Louisiana High School Football and Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance work together each year to bring you the best hard-hitting action. Right now, I'm so happy to be joined now by one of our sponsors, the Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance agent, Joshua Douillon. Josh, thanks so much for joining
Jessica, thank you for having us here today.
Now, we're talking about Louisiana High School Football and Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. What makes that teamwork so exciting?
It just makes sense. Both companies, you know, Louisiana Farm Bureau and Cox are great companies that love to support our local athletes, the bands, the cheerleaders, and all the parents that come out each and every night to enjoy these wonderful football games. You know, we're a local company, and we always live by real service, by real people, and we love being a part of our communities and supporting these young men and women that are working so hard and coming out here each and every night to provide us some great live entertainment.
Live entertainment for sure. It's about to get exciting out there. Now we talk about community, and let's talk about the coverage that you provide the community that you serve.
Jessica, we cover it all. We offer auto, home, life, health, and flood insurance, you know, with everybody knows the importance of having flood coverage. I grew up on a farm, so I know the importance of helping farmers, you know, so we offer farm liability and coverage for their equipment and those sorts of things. Our company, you know, being a local Louisiana company, we love to be able to provide each and every customer with as much coverage as we possibly can. And we often do that through a review, to be able to review that coverage to make sure they have the proper coverages to cover their needs.
Tell me a little bit about your background.
Sure. So I grew up on a rice, sugarcane, and cattle farm.
Okay.
And growing up, Mom said I could be anything I want but a farmer. So I said I'll do the next best thing. I'll protect farmers. So since 8th grade, I've always wanted to be a Farm Bureau insurance agent.
Wow, what an incredible story. Now,
Yes,
Joshua, tell me how people can reach you.
Sure. Well, I'm in Lafayette, so you know if they're in Lafayette, they can look me up. Our office is conveniently located in Lafayette, but we have many convenient offices across this great state of Louisiana. And the best way is to go on your mobile device or a computer and look up lafarmbureau.com. They can punch in their zip code and they'll find a local Farm Bureau agent just like me. Most people probably recognize their local Farm Bureau agents, so that'd be the best way to do that.
He's wanted to do it since he's been in 8th grade, and he's ready and willing to help. Joshua, thanks so much.
Thank you, Jessica.
Back to you.
Great job, Jessica, and thanks again to the great folks at Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Let's send it back down to the field, and Reggie Flood has another special guest.
Thanks, guys. We're joined now by Dr. Michael Jabaluka, the president and CEO of De La Salle High School. I want to make sure I got that name right. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. We're excited to be here. The first prep football game since 1979. It truly is a celebration and an honor to be associated with this event.
Definitely. Now, I want you to tell us some of the things that are going on at De La Salle right now.
Well, we're a school that celebrates, and we have a lot that we're celebrating this year. We have a number of events right on the horizon. We have our Hall of Fame event where we honor a number of people associated with De La Salle. It's a wonderful celebratory event for our school community. We have homecoming that same weekend, the first weekend of October. We're also very excited about some improvements that we've made at the school this year. We're very, very innovative at the school with learning spaces, a 21st century learning environment. This year we added to our classrooms of the future with a mega classroom of the future in our library space, turning that into a Herculean learning environment, 21st century learning environment. We're also celebrating this year our 25th anniversary of being co-ed. In August of 1992, girls entered our campus for the first time. It's been a wonderful addition. It's really helped us to be a true reflection of the city of New Orleans in every way. Of course, we're very excited about what's coming up when we can basically open our doors to the New Orleans area, our open house on Tuesday, November the 7th. We'd love to see people come out to see all the wonderful things going on at De La Salle.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Jabaluka. Now back up to you guys in the booth.
Great hearing from the great leaders of these two proud high schools in New Orleans, De La Salle and St. Aug. On the football field, it's Cavaliers 24, Purple Knights 6. More of the Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance halftime show coming up on Game Time on YurView.
Attention to detail makes the world go round. At Baker Printing, our approach to the printing business is very simple. Treat it as if it were your own. That's not always an easy job, but it comes from the top down in our company. We thrive on the unique jobs. Bottom line, we take care of our customers' projects as if they were our very own. At Baker Printing, attention to detail makes our world go round.
Game Time on YurView. Rummel at Escambia live. Friday at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Peak Performance Physical Therapy. Stronger, faster, better.
Hi, I'm Joe Martin, president of ITI Technical College, and we are so excited to have been awarded Forbes magazine's top 30 two-year technical colleges in America. To achieve this award, ITI was recognized for our high scores in 1, earnings of our graduates, 2, quality of education, and 3, affordability. To learn more, we invite you to visit our campus or go online. ITI Technical College. Begin your journey to a better life.
Louisiana's best barbecue is Podna's, smoked to perfection for fall-off-the-bone good eating.
Podna's Tailgate Spread features ribs, chicken, pork, and 2 sides for only $24.85. That's right, feed 3 to 5 people for only $24.85. Available now through October 16th.
Podna's, fast service for dine-in or drive-through, world-famous baked beans, and party pack headquarters. Remember the brand, Podna's. 2 locations, Florida, Don Moore, and Sherwood Forest at I-12.
Back at Yulman Stadium on the campus of Tulane University in New Orleans, Louisiana, where De La Salle, the #1 ranked team in Class 3A, according to the Louisiana Sports Writers Association, leads St. Aug 24-6. Jeff Palermo along with Garrett Walvert. St. Aug came out, scored the first touchdown in this football game as De La Salle had some early game jitters. Once the Cavaliers stopped committing penalties, it's been all De La Salle, and Julian Gums has been tough to stop.
Very impressive. 3 rushing touchdowns for De La Salle and a Finn LaBreche field goal. That's been the story of the game for them. They were able to cut down those penalties like you talked about. Other side of the ball, St. Augustine got a rushing touchdown from Garland LaFrance, but they've really killed themselves with some penalties. Both teams have been bit by penalties in this game, maybe more so by St. Augustine. If they can clean that up and kind of over-physical, out-physical De La Salle a little bit in the second half, I think they've got a shot.
Yeah, St. Aug has to figure out something defensively to slow down that De La Salle offense, and they got to get the offense going here. Garland LaFrance has tried to get something going, but they might need to complete a few passes to try to open up that running game once again. Let's take a look at our first half highlights. And again, De La Salle had an outstanding opportunity early in this football game, a great kickoff return to get them going from B.J. Randall, but then there was a bunch of penalties. St. Aug moved down the field, able to score a touchdown, and then a lot of Julian Gums in that first half.
Well, the buzzword is elusivity, and he's got it. Julian Gums, whether he freezes him with the handoff or goes over the top, you see a ball just misplaced there. Not so sharp passing, but boy, they've been able to run the ball up and down the field. Michael Mims III, quarterback for St. Augustine, has looked pretty good in this ball game. The only interception, though, belongs to him, a turnover. De La Salle picks it up off a tip ball, and they would be able to push it back into the end zone off that turnover. Some long, sustained drives by De La Salle that have been capped off by runs by Julian Gums.
Gums, along with Kendall Collins, it's been a great offensive 1-2 punch, and the 1-2 punch for St. Aug, Ishmael Landers and Garland LaFrance, they've had their moments, but that De La Salle defense has been so tough. A big 4th down stop there in the red zone. That resulted in this long 90-plus yard drive set up by this great play to Kendall Collins.
What you thought was a lateral and probably a turnover turns out into a busted play, and then Gums 16 yards into the end zone and puts his team up big.
St. Aug has had some success when they have been able to dominate that line of scrimmage, get into the backfield, disrupt some plays for De La Salle offensively. It just hasn't happened enough here tonight.
They're going to have to slow down Julian Gums in this powerful rushing attack by De La Salle. They just need to recover a little bit. And I think they've got a chance on offense to move the ball. We saw them do it early. Penalties hurt them. They've just got to shake that off and play Purple Knight football.
Well, the Purple Knights will have the football to kick off the second half. They really need to put some points on the board. They are down 18, 24-6. It's week 2 of the high school football season. We have a good one for you at Yulman Stadium in New Orleans. Second half kickoff coming up. When we come back, you're watching Game Time on YurView.
If you're taking melatonin to help sleep, stop now. Did you know popular sleep aids give you 10, 20, even 30 times more melatonin than you need? Too much melatonin floods tiny receptors on your brain cells, which may shut them down or make you groggy. So the more melatonin you take, the worse you may sleep. Now you can break the cycle of sleepless nights with Sleep Answer, a patented capsule within a capsule that gives you the right dose of melatonin at the right time for better sleep every night. Developed by an MIT sleep researcher, Sleep Answer supports your natural sleep cycle, quickly releasing the perfect first dose of melatonin so you fall asleep fast. Hours later, melatonin microbeads are released, giving you a second dose so you stay asleep and wake up refreshed. And now you can try it free. We're so sure Sleep Answer will work that we'll send you a full 4-week supply absolutely free. Just pay shipping and handling. Call the number on your screen to claim your free trial. Great sleep, guaranteed. Try Sleep Answer today. Call now to get yours.
In these troubled times, wouldn't you feel safer being able to quickly access the gold in your gold-backed IRA rather than having it locked up in some undisclosed depository someplace? Introducing the Home Storage Gold IRA from Capital Gold Group. Now you can unlock your gold with a Home Storage Gold IRA and keep it in your home safe or a safe deposit box, someplace you have quick access to. The Home Storage Gold IRA has all the benefits of other gold-backed IRAs without giving up your right to store your gold. So the question is, do you want control of your gold IRA or not? Call now for your free Home Storage Gold IRA brochure. Call in the next 15 minutes and Capital Gold Group will give you a safe to store your gold.
Call Capital Gold Group now at 800-550-6016. That's 800-550-6016. Call now.
Moments away from the second half kickoff. Let's go down to the field and Reggie Flood.
We're joined here by Coach Al Jones. Coach, your team seemed to get off to a quick start in the first half, and then they kind of tailed off. What can you do to get them back on track?
Well, it's a four-quarter game. You know, we lost the momentum. We just got to get it back. We just got to do a better job on defense.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Coach Al Jones in his third season at St. Augustine. Again, St. Augustine without their starting quarterback, Dwayne McGill, who was set to replace Justin McCoy, who had a really good career at St. Aug, but he's been banged up. So it has been Michael Mims as the starting quarterback. And so far through 6 quarters of this 2017 season, Purple Knights have only produced 2 touchdowns.
Well, there were big losses to graduation at St. Aug. The Purple Knights hosted a signing day event last spring. 5 players in attendance. You mentioned Justice McCoy. He signed with Colorado State. Wide receiver Tack Williams headed to Kansas. Rodney Coleman chose Miles College, and both Jeremiah West and Rendon Miles' character, they went in-state. They went with ULL and Southeastern. These guys were signing college D1 offers left and right, trying to replace all that here just the second game into the season, and they've started off a little bit slow.
The class of the Catholic League is Rummel and John Curtis, but St. Aug is one of those teams that you never know. They might be in it at the end. They defeated Rummel a season ago. And again, for our viewers who are wondering where is the Rummel-Escambia game, which was our originally scheduled game here on YurView, well, that game was canceled because of approaching Hurricane Irma. And we continue to have our thoughts and prayers with the people of Florida who could be in for a couple of difficult weeks coming up.
I've been really impressed with the job that Al Jones has done. Year 1, 2015, they managed to win just 2 games, and then they rebound last year. They go 7-5 into the playoffs, and they had Scotlandville dead to rights on the road in the Baton Rouge area. St. Aug was up 20-7 in the fourth quarter, but Scotlandville showed they had just a little bit more. They scored a touchdown in the final minute, and they moved on to the state semifinals. But I think things are going to be going very well at St. Aug in the near future. Obviously, De La Salle, a powerhouse program. They've showed it here tonight.
Next week on our Game Time YurView matchup, we go back to New Orleans and we see Landry Walker again. We saw them last week suffer a tough loss to one of the top programs in the country, John Curtis, and they'll be taking on Warren Easton. What a battle that will be. So that will be Friday night at 7 o'clock, and it begins with the Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance countdown to game time at 6:30.
I don't know if anybody's more battle-tested than Landry Walker after the first 2 weeks. John Curtis, and tonight they're playing state champion Carr. They're going to be ready for Warren Easton, I'll tell you what.
All right, let's see if St. Aug's offense is ready to wake up against its very good De La Salle defense. LaBreche has it teed up. LaFrance, the deep man. Once again, they kick away from him, and Josh White sees the ball sail over his head. Touchback, and the Purple Knights will start this drive at their own 20-yard line.
You mentioned at halftime the band for De La Salle playing a little Quiet Riot, the song We're Not Gonna Take It, and really, Jeff, that might be an anthem because they are a doormat no longer. You know, they have come out, they have played smash mouth football with one of the Catholic League's best. They're going to try and keep the defense all on top of the offense here as we get ready to start the third.
For so long, De La Salle was in the Catholic League, and then enrollment numbers after Hurricane Katrina, they had to drop down to a lower level as there's a flag before the first play from scrimmage of the second half. That'll move the football 5 yards forward to the 25.
De La Salle had some great players in their history, guys like Tyler LaFosse, all-conference selection, Marquise Hill, a Super Bowl champion, but they never had those great teams, you know, that you write a book about, like the John Curtises and the others.
Well, some say that this is the best De La Salle team they've ever had. To the air, Mims complete. First down to the 37-yard line. Joseph Walker with the grab. His first catch, he scored a 27-yard touchdown catch last week. And a good start to the second half here for St. Aug as they're back up to the line of scrimmage. Landers, no running room at all off the right side. Noble Scott there defensively. Flag on the play.
I believe they're going to get 53, Jonathan Brown with a face mask.
Royce Richardson also there. How about holding on St. Aug? So after a good play, there's a penalty. And the Purple Knights continue to be hampered by those penalties.
So instead of a face mask, just a hold, but that'll back them up.
Jonathan Brown leaves the game for St. Aug. You wonder if he was the guilty party on that. As you look at Bless Harris. So now first down and 20 from the 26. Trying to get the screen, it wasn't there. De La Salle smelled it very well. They knew it was coming. And the pass off the hand of Landers, and all of a sudden, it's second down and 20 here in St. Aug's drive, which started promising after the first down pickup. Showing signs here that it might come to a quick end. Brown back out on the field now for St. Aug, playing at right tackle. Mims got time. Mims throws, caught, minimal gain. There defensively was Nakia Ely, but just not much there, running room there for the receiver.
Southpaw's going to go to the far sideline. Easy pickup, but nowhere near the original line of scrimmage.
Josh White on the grab. They need to get to the 47 here to pick up a first down. So 3rd and 14. Mims over the middle, and his receiver makes a nice grab. That's Broderick Martin all the way up to the 29-yard line. What a catch over the middle of the field. Ely on the stop.
35-yard hookup. He had 2 wide receivers, one on the near sideline as well. He chose to go over the middle, picked correct. A little yak right there, yards after the catch.
Remember that play, Garrett. If St. Aug comes back and makes this a game, converting on 3rd and long. Now from the De La Salle 30 is Michael Mims. Mims looking to his right, quick screen pass out to LaFrance, and LaFrance to the 5, touchdown. Or did he step out of bounds? Nope, they signal touchdown, and St. Aug is back on the board.
Just leads his receiver so well out of the backfield, and he'll take off 30 yards near sideline. Great blocking downfield by the Purple Knights, and they're right back in it. That's a way to start the third quarter.
Yep, again, that drive looked in danger of ending quickly, but on 3rd and long, the big pickup as Mims hit Broderick Martin over the middle. Now it looks like St. Aug will go for 2 here. A little bit of confusion though. LaFrance trying to get into the end zone, and he is piled up, and they keep him out of the end zone. So St. Aug has yet to convert on an extra point or a 2-point conversion this season. They're down by 12 as LaFrance gets into the end zone for the second time tonight. You're watching Game Time on YurView.
Hi, I'm Joe Martin, president of ITI Technical College, and we are so excited to have been awarded Forbes magazine's top 30 two-year technical colleges in America. To achieve this award, ITI was recognized for our high scores in 1, earnings of our graduates, 2, quality of education, and 3, affordability. To learn more, we invite you to visit our campus or go online. ITI Technical College. Begin your journey to a better life.
Game Time on YurView. Warren Easton and Landry Walker live Friday at 7 p.m. Brought to you by ITI Technical College for a better life.
Game Time on YurView Louisiana is brought to you by Livingston Parish President Leighton Ricks, who welcomes one and all to one of the fastest growing parishes in Louisiana. Livingston Parish, the place to be. By Monogram Express, we make ordinary gifts extraordinary. And by Louisiana Lift. At Louisiana Lift, we're always on call. Jeff Palermo, Garrett Walbert, and Reggie Flood down on the sidelines for this renewal of a rivalry. First meeting between these two old Catholic League foes. St. Aug's still in the Catholic League. Dave LaSalle no longer. 24-12 as St. Aug scored on the opening drive, their opening drive in the first half, and they score on their first possession of the second half, but their defense, as we've mentioned, needs to figure out how to slow down Julian Gums and Kendall Collins. Waiting for the official to signal play to be ready. Kyle Sims has it teed up. Randall back to return. Randall has to run a long way to get to this one.
Great bounce.
Wow. Tough bounce there for St. Aug. And what looked to be a really good kick, and then all of a sudden it just took a quick left turn. But I think St. Aug was offsides before the kick. So they'll have to kick it again.
Randall back deep for De La Salle. 2 touchdowns in the opener last week against South Lafourche. He is poised to have a huge year as a senior. 210 pounds, about 5'11". Caught a 32-yard pass in the second quarter and a 50-yard strike from Julian Gums to get the win over the Tarpons.
So we try again. Here's the approach by Sims. Another good high end-over-end kick. Randall to the 15, grabs it. Randall hit and brought down at the 30. Christopher Beal. Check that. That is Damon McFarland on the tackle. Damon McFarland. So 1st and 10 at the 32. It did not take St. Aug long to score on that opening drive. It only took them about a minute. And our scoring drive recap brought to you by Livingston Parish President Leighton Ricks and Monogram Express. From the 31. And there it is, the penetration in the backfield, and blowing that play up was Dante Carter. Well, I would imagine the defensive line really got an earful from defensive coordinator Kenneth Dorsey. Woo. And they came out fired up.
Let's look at the big Nicholls State recruit, Dante Carter, 6'3", 308. That man is a punishing tackle and had a great tackle for loss there. Still a man down on the field.
Looks like a cramp for Kendall Collins. So the two teams will retrieve to their respective sidelines, but this could be a big loss for De La Salle. Kendall Collins has been the main workhorse in the backfield along with Julian Gums.
Gums last season threw for over 1,100 yards, 20 touchdowns, and a single pick. He also ran for 575 yards too. Jeff, not bad when your quarterback averages 9 yards a carry.
De La Salle next week will host Edna Carr, the reigning Class 4A champs, while St. Augustine will face Capital out of Baton Rouge.
Boy, they're helping him off the field. That might be the end of the night for Collins unless the trainer can work that out.
Well, we saw in our game last Friday on a very humid night in Baton Rouge, a lot of cramping injuries in the win Dunham had over Central. Not as warm and humid as that night, but still, you gotta hydrate.
Senior running back Ryan Hambrick, number 21, into the ball game for the Cavs.
Gums keeps it though, and on the counter, gets many of the yards that were lost on the first play of this drive, and it'll bring up 3rd and 9. We have not seen Gums beat St. Augustine with his arm, but he may have to do that here. We just saw the Purple Knights pick up a big 3rd down and long. Let's see if De La Salle can do it. From the 32. Gums will keep it right up the middle. Does he have enough for a 1st down? It's very close. It all depends on the spot of the football.
I'll tell you what, tacklers are falling off of Gums like ping pong balls. Really falls forward, picks up an extra 1.5 yards, and that'll move the sticks.
Wow, big 3rd down conversion for the Cavaliers. Now the football's at the 40-yard line. Low snap, and getting his first carry of the night was Ryan Hambrick. Gets maybe 3.
Hambrick, part of that senior class, along with Gums, who's helped bring De La Salle back to prominence. Back-to-back 9-0 starts in the last 2 years. They went undefeated in the regular season in 2016.
2nd and 7. Gums gets away from the initial rush, and again just bounces off tacklers. The ball comes out loose. Big moment of the game right here if the Purple Knights recovered. And it will still be De La Salle football. Another 3rd down coming up.
The initial rush from the line flushed him out of the pocket. There's a big stick to put him down on the ground by St. Aug. He did lose control of the ball. It looks like at the bottom of the pile he came away with it.
Only 1 turnover in this game, and that was committed by St. Augustine. Third and 6. Who do you think's getting the ball here, Garrett?
I think Gums is going to keep it.
You should be a coach one day. St. Aug knew it, and they stopped him shy of the 1st down. Zian Wilcox and company bring him down, 4th down, and about 4. And I think they're going to go for it. Or at least that's the way it appears. Now Gums, he could just punt this ball away or try to draw St. Augustine off sides. 18 seconds on the play clock. And now they are going to shift into a formation to punt the football.
10 seconds.
LaFrance will come out to return. Gums will punt. And now we have whistles.
I think a timeout by Coach Manali and his staff. They didn't get the punt team on in just enough time.
Well, those are things you work on, and you hope to avoid that kind of situation. Ryan Manali is not a happy man right now.
Great composure there by St. Aug and their defensive line not to jump off sides. 4th and 4 at the middle of the field. You just can't expect De La Salle to take that. They showed their patience, and it paid off.
So the cramping issues for Kendall Collins, that may have changed the dynamic of this game, because Before, St. Augustine had to really key on both Gums and Collins. Collins out of the game, all their attention could be focused in on Gums. And we saw it on that third down run.
You know, if Hambrick in the backfield is not able to freeze any of those linebackers or safeties who creep up, they can just key in on Gums and make it a tough night.
LaFrance standing back at about his 20-yard line, ready to return this one. Now stepping up to about the 25. Got to watch the fake here. Gums gets off a great punt. Takes a bounce. Out of bounds at the 5-yard line. That was impressive. So St. Augustine backed up. We'll have to go 95 yards to make this a one-score game. You're watching Game Time on YurView.
Have you written a book and want it published, but don't know where to start? You're not alone. Page Publishing cuts through the confusion that most new authors face and guides you through the publishing maze and helps you distribute and sell your work in hard copy and ebook formats. That's right. We'll convert your book to digital formats for sale on Amazon, Apple iBooks, Google Play, and bookstores everywhere. Don't waste another minute. Page Publishing will review your work and provide feedback in about a week. Just ask this Page Publishing author.
It was very easy. The people at Page Publishing are fantastic in their guidance and in answering my questions with clarity and encouraging me all along the way.
If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and our process begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and cover art, our team ensures that your book is ready for sales and distribution to get your book in stores fast.
Call 800-515-7605.
Possession of the second half. LaFrance in the backfield with him, and he's in trouble. LaFrance, did he get out of the end zone, or is that a safety? No, they say forward progress has him down at the 1-yard line.
Whew, intense defensive pressure there by the line of De La Salle. LaFrance, yeah, he got out of the end zone, and then the big takedown by Jamron James into the checkerboard. You see him outside of the end zone. That's the right call by the officials.
Ball now inside the 1-yard line.
And they go 4 wide.
Mims from underneath center, a little quarterback sneak, pushes forward for 3 to the 4. So another 3rd and long for St. Augustine. .6:30 and counting in this third quarter. Let's see if Mims can make another big play through the air. He hit Broderick Martin on 3rd and long on the last drive. Rolling to his left, throws, and his receiver is hammered. Lance Robinson bringing the wood. No chance for Josh White to advance the football as he was taken down right away, and the punt team coming on.
White got smothered by Wood. Tackles him backside, pile drives him into the dirt.
Lance Robinson's had a big game, an interception in this contest. And with 6 minutes on the clock, the officials stopped the clock for a hydration timeout. (24-12) is our score. De La Salle leading St. Aug. They should have good field position after this punt. You're watching Game Time on YurView.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from long drivers to unlucky drivers. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
Attention to detail makes the world go round. At Baker Printing, our approach to the printing business is very simple. Treat it as if it were your own. That's not always an easy job, but it comes from the top down in our company. We thrive on the unique jobs. Bottom line, we take care of our customers' projects as if they were our very own. At Baker Printing, attention to detail makes our world go round.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the soccer star to the soccer mom. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
Ryan Manelli and the De La Salle Cavaliers leading the St. Augustine Purple Knights 24-12.
Tough spot for punter Jamal Jalla. He's backed up all the way inside his own end zone on the back line.
An okay punt, but doesn't really take a St. Augustine bounce and roll. So great field position for the Cavaliers at the St. Augustine 31-yard line. Let's see if De La Salle's Kendall Collins can return after suffering cramps on that last drive.
This will be best field position of the night for De La Salle. They got the ball on the 35-yard line after that interception by Lestrick. They're going to go out here tonight and try and put themselves back up by 3 scores.
And they've had a 90-plus drive tonight, so they've scored from all areas. And Collins is not out there. And Ryan Hamrick is the running back. Gums looking for some room to run. Gets what he can. 2 yards, 2nd and 8.
St. Aug calling for some assistance from their band. Try and get the fans up. This is where we've got to take over the game, or maybe lose control of it. De La Salle's done a great job tonight, Jeff, of just creating a wall for Gums to hide behind. Is he going to go right or is he going to go left after that handoff?
Gums to his left, and look at him just keep the feet moving, able to elude tacklers, and he's close to the first down. 3rd and 2. They'll have 2 cracks at it here with the ball at the 23-yard line.
They'll bring in 65, the O-lineman Noah Devlin, a sophomore, for more protection.
Whistle before the snap. I don't see any flags. But there was an offsides penalty on St. Augustine. Flag on the near side. So that will give De La Salle a first down. And move the football into the Livingston Parish President Leighton Ricks red zone.
You saw a free preview of what Gums was going to do there. He ran behind Devlin and 75, John Martin, to the right side.
From the 18. Gums keeping it again. Finds a seam into the end zone. He is so tough to stop. 18 yards for Julian Gums.
Back-to-back weeks with 3 touchdowns for Julian Gums. Just great downfield blocking, got a seal at the line, and he is off to the races.
Thank goodness for De La Salle. He is not having any cramping issues. He's been the offense tonight, and then the offensive line, as you just mentioned, Garrett, they have been really good too.
They've got some veterans, juniors and seniors, on both the offensive and defensive line. It has paid dividends this evening. They are really starting to pull away from St. Augustine.
Flynn LaBreche will try the extra point. And that is through the goalpost. We'll take a look at it again as Gums. Just a quick feet, Garrett. And then the decision, the vision to spot that hole, and then a burst of speed right through it.
I think St. Aug knows what's coming. He's not going to give the ball to Hambrick. He's going to keep it, and they're still not able to corral him. pretty impressive running by the senior quarterback for the Cavaliers.
Don't miss any of the action. Go to YurView.com/football and sign up for the Game Time newsletter to get the previous week's highlights, stories, and recruiting news, along with a preview of the upcoming week's matchups delivered straight to your inbox. There's the man of the night. Julian Gums has been special in this one.
Gums has made it a 19-point game, and what that says to St. Augustine, they're going to have to score 3 times to get back into this one.
And they're going to have to convert a 2-point conversion somewhere along the way, too. Into the end zone. Great kick there by LaBreche. So 1st and 10 at the 20 for St. Augustine.
Quincy Thomas a little shooken up at the end of that kickoff. Slow to get up, and he will hobble back over to the sidelines. Could be a cramp for him as well.
And he's not going to make it to the sidelines as he goes down.
Well, I know the old school coaches always prescribed a little pickle juice. I don't know if there's any medical remedy for that or not.
Well, he's more holding the ankle than the cramping, but we'll see when the trainer comes out to take a look at him.
Well, if you're St. Augustine, you're backed up in your own real estate and you're running out of clock. The time to answer is now.
Yeah, could use a quick scoring drive here. But I don't know if their defense can do anything about Gums.
Tough to play keep away when you can't really sustain drives. I've liked what I've seen from Michael Mims III tonight, the junior quarterback for St. Aug. We thought we might see Dwayne McGill Jr., number 3, the senior. Do not see a number 3 dressed out on the sidelines, though he might be down there. Mims just going to have to show a lot of backbone, complete some passes, and get the ball into the hands of Garland LaFrance.
Once De La Salle gets into district play, their main competitor there will be St. James. Lutcher has moved up to 4A this season, so they won't face them. But that De La Salle St. James game will be big. St. James playing Lutcher tonight. Mims scrambles out of the pocket. Not much running room. Great pursuit of the football there. Jamrian James, we've mentioned his name several times tonight, brings down Mims after a gain of 1.
St. James had a 13-0 lead on Lutcher at the half earlier this evening.
Rematch of the 3A state title game in 2015, which was won by Lutcher. Dwayne Jenkins was the head coach of St. James. He's now the head coach of Lutcher. 2nd down and 9. Mims looking deep, throwing, and it's intercepted. Joseph Husband with the interception, the 2nd one of the night. And now De La Salle has the ball back and up by 19 late in the 3rd quarter.
Plenty of protection there for Mims to get the throw down the field. He had one-on-one coverage with his receiver. Tries to air it out and just overthrows his man. The intended target, Roderick Martin, can't come down with it. And again, you said his name, Joseph Husband, sophomore defensive back, got himself a cookie.
New defensive coordinator this season for De La Salle, came on over from Rummel, and he's done a lot with this group, and that is Eddie Jackyard. Jackyard joins the De La Salle coaching staff, stepping in for John Creech, who's still on the staff, but now coaching the defensive line. But Jackyard and Manali, they've known each other for 17 or 18 years. They coached side by side for 13 years as well. Remember, Manali used to coach at Rummel. As there's the look at Ryan Manali. It's amazing how coaches can make just such a huge imprint with a program, with the right mindset, the right message. As We get to see Collins running the football, but doesn't have that same burst of speed as he had before the cramping issues, and a 3rd and long coming up.
Runs into his own man, Ivan Paz. Still well behind the line of scrimmage. Some talented assistants over on the St. Aug side as well. I think a lot of people know Carter Sheridan, who was an 11-year assistant with the New Orleans Saints, part of their 2009 Super Bowl championship team. Promoted to assistant head coach and the offensive coordinator in the offseason. Sheridan, the lead assistant for head coach Al Jones.
3rd and 11, the Purple Knights need a stop. Gums has trouble with the snap. Now heaves one deep, and there should be pass interference, and there is. Aaron Marquez was streaking down the field, and I think the cornerback just got a little too anxious here. Jala knew that he needed to catch up on him, and boy, that's an easy call for the officials in the open field like that.
Hands came down and brought the arms down to the receiver. The ball actually doinked off his face mask. Pretty looking spiral by Julian Gums, and that is a back-breaking penalty against the Purple Knights.
Well, this is interesting. The chain gain, first football game at Yulman Stadium in college or high school, and they ran down there like it was supposed to be a spot of the foul penalty.
Like in college football.
Yeah, or
great point.
In the NFL, but nope, it's just a 15-yard penalty. So 1st and 10 at the 47 for De La Salle. Gums now sends Randall in motion. Gums keeps it, and another seam through the middle of the field, runs into his own man, and then has to quickly get out of bounds. But another 1st down for the Cavaliers.
He's picking up yardage by the chunk. 20 yards on the scamper there off the left side by Gums. So patient behind the line.
I was just going to say that. So patient, able to quickly spot the hole. And then once he sees that hole, man, he's able to switch into another gear quickly to get the 1st down.
You think you might see Hambrick run the ball a little bit more here? I know you'd like to pass the ball, get the aerial attack going, but you just need to run the clock here and come away with a win in your 2nd game of the season. You don't really want to lay Julian Gums out to dry either and let him take too many big shots.
Randall in motion again. They fake the handoff to him. That time Gums hit right at the line. Brought down quickly by St. Augustine's Christopher Confident. 2nd and 10. You can tell Gums hand on the hips after every play, taking as much time as possible in between snaps. Play clock just started.
Well, he's like a lot of De La Salle athletes. He's a multi-sport star. He runs track, also plays on the basketball team. Don't mistake hands on the hips for him being out of shape.
No, no. He's ran a lot tonight. Collins gets it, Confident, hit him and brought him down after a gain of a yard and a half.
Not a bad name for a football player.
No.
Confident. He's just a sophomore too. 2 + 3 years left to play for the Purple Knights. Still plenty of time to make his name known.
3rd down and long. Kendall Collins.
That'll be the final play.
And Gums will, looks like he's a little hurt after that last hit by Confident, but still, he's been impressive tonight, as good as advertised. 12 more minutes to go. De La Salle leading St. Augustine 31-12. Julian Gums has found the end zone 3 times, and that Cavalier defense has been tough. More coming up. This is Game Time on YurView.
Louisiana's best barbecue is Podna's, smoked to perfection for fall off the bone good eating.
Podna's tailgate spread features ribs, chicken, pork, and 2 sides for only $24.85. That's right, feed 3 to 5 people for only $24.85. Available now through October 16th.
Podna's, fast service for dine-in or drive-through, world-famous baked beans, and Party Pack headquarters. Remember the brand, Podna's. 2 locations, Florida, Don Moore, and Sherwood Forest at I-12.
Hello, this is JT with Livingston Tourism. I just want to encourage you to come out and see us. We're just east of Baton Rouge on Interstate 12. We have Bass Pro, beautiful hotels, RV parks. So if you're looking for just a weekend getaway, you can come see us. Or if you're just traveling, stop by. We have restaurants, shopping, antique district, Jubin Crossing, golf. Anything you want to do, we have it here in Livingston Parish. So come see us. For any of our events, you can visit us at livingstontourism.com or on social media.
Beginning of the fourth quarter at Yulman Stadium on the campus of Tulane University in beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana. Jeff Palermo, Garrett Wahlberg, and Reggie Flood down on the field. De La Salle leading Al Jones and the St. Augustine Purple Knights 31-12. A 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Cavaliers. The St. Augustine would love to force a turnover, at least maybe force a punt with a negative play. Gums is not counting how many yards he's picked up tonight. It's been a bunch, hard to keep count, but making sure he's got 11 on the football field for this big 3rd down play to start the fourth quarter.
4 men on the line, 6 in the box.
Gums, once again, does a great job following his blocks. Great tackle there. An open field tackle by Derek Pinkney to bring up a 4th down. It'll be about 4th down and a long 3. And I would imagine and there's a penalty in the backfield. I was wondering what the stoppage was for. Five-yard procedure penalty called on De La Salle.
We talked about the great start for St. Aug in this game. They got on the board first with a touchdown. They have actually played at Yulman Stadium before. They hosted their spring game last May on this field. The Knights scrimmaged against Helen Cox and Lake Area New Tech. Jeff, what a great setting for the LHSAA student athletes in the years to come.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I know a lot of high schools are happy just to get more football stadiums in the mix in the city of New Orleans, where they've kind of been at a premium. Last year, the Shrine on Airline finally opens up. They played 10 games at Baby Cake Stadium.
3rd and 15. Can't play a football game at Baby Cake Stadium, though. Gums with the carry. I'm just joking. Gets it up to about 6 or 7 yards there, and it's 4th down and long, and I still think De La Salle will go for it here. No need to punt the football, see if they can't pick it up on 4th down.
Well, the thing I like most about the games over off Airline Highway at the stadium is that you've got the infield in play.
Yeah, I like the old school approach. I love watching, as a kid, the old games at the, well, they still have games at the Coliseum, but the San Diego Chargers playing at Jack Murphy Stadium or Candlestick Park, the 49ers. Players probably didn't like it, but it was fun to watch. 4th and 7, Gums throwing, has a man wide open. Touchdown Cavaliers. Aaron Marquez, and that might be your ball game right there. On 4th and 7, Gums dials up the pass, and St. Augustine wasn't ready for it.
65 yards on the scoring drive. They went all the way down the field and capped it with that Marquez touchdown deep in the end zone. All the momentum over on the De La Salle sidelines right now.
On for the extra point, Flynn LaBreche, who's been perfect on the night, including a 30-yard field goal in the first quarter to get the scoring started for De La Salle. (37-12). Well, we've been wondering if De La Salle can get something going with the passing game. Well, here it is. Gums to Marquez, and the #1 ranked Cavaliers are in control.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the blue chip athlete to blue collar worker. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
You can live the dream life right now at Summa Crossing Apartments in Livingston Parish. Imagine easy access to I-12 and living on a deep, clear lake where your family can fish, walk, or jog anytime. And there's also a crystal clear swimming pool. Your apartment is huge with granite countertops, state-of-the-art appliances, and closets, closets, closets. It's not a dream, it's real and waiting for you. Come see Summa Crossing, exit 19 on I-12.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from those who serve aces to those who serve others. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
38-12 as Marquez catches the touchdown pass from Gums. And De La Salle about ready to beat St. Augustine for only the 4th time in school history. The series history very one-sided between these two schools coming into this game. And this is being the first meeting in 15 years, but St. Augustine had won the previous 33 of the 36 matchups.
You see Gums on the sidelines. I don't know if we see him again tonight. A 26-point lead. He might go out there for the next drive, but he's going to absorb a lot of hits over the course of the regular season, Jeff. Might need to be it.
Well, let's see what St. Augustine can do here offensively. LaBrush on the kick. He's been really good with his kickoffs. And another opportunity for Josh White from the 5. White, some big contact there as he approaches the 20, and that's where his forward progress was marked off. Once again, the Game Time YurView matchup wants to thank Louisiana Lift for their support of this telecast, specializing in customer service on equipment, rentals, parts, and training. Louisiana Lift has been serving its customers since 1980. Can contact their New Orleans office at area code 504-463-3400. Louisiana Lift, they're always on call. St. Augustine's offense back on the field. Mims over the middle, and it's caught, but a minimal gain there for only 3 yards. On the grab for the Purple Knights, Broderick Martin, but he was covered up defensively by Royce Richardson.
I like the choice of the pass over the middle there. They brought the receivers out, really cleared out some space in the middle of the field. They got it back up and picked up some positive yards. Just need to keep moving the ball forward.
These De La Salle linebackers have been very impressive as LaFrance gets a carry. There's another one of those linebackers. That's Ashton Robinson, and he's only a sophomore. He brought LaFrance down after a yard, but him, along with Robinson, Royce Richardson, they've been really good here tonight. Robert Lestrick also been in on the action. 3rd down and 5. This should be enough for a 1st down as Broderick Martin, nice job running with the football after the catch. Gets to the 34-yard line and also got out of bounds to stop the clock.
Gets out of bounds. Jamal Jalla with a nice clear on the block there. Lets his teammate pick up positive yards and the 1st down to keep the ball moving.
At the 34. 3-man rush. Long pass and not many results, and that is an incomplete pass, or are they saying it's a catch, and then he was down on the ground when the ball came loose. And now we have also an injury.
Mims got hit hard at the end of this play.
Mims gets, oh boy, he got rolled up on the play. You saw it in the background. Jalla on the catch, he got hammered, but a lot of concern now for Michael Mims.
The only other quarterback listed on the roster is Keyshawn Britton, number 19, a 5'10", 155-pound junior. We didn't see Dwayne McGill, projected starter, dressed out number 3 tonight. Everybody on the sideline for St. Aug You see the top left. They're down on a knee for their man.
Oh.
Got to be that right ankle.
Yeah. Let's take a break. More action from Yulman Stadium in New Orleans. This is Game Time on YurView.
Your business is looking for growth opportunities in the capital region. Find out why Livingston Parish is the place to be. We have available sites, tremendous access to and from your facility. We have an excellent workforce pipeline, and our quality of life is second to none. To find out more, contact our office at 225-686-3982 or visit our website at ledc.net.
You can live the dream life right now at Summa Crossing Apartments in Livingston Parish. Imagine luxurious and affordable living where it is safe and the school systems are awesome. A quiet community with a private, well-stocked lake and a cool, relaxing swimming pool. Easy access for Baton Rouge commuters or students at Southeastern. It's not a dream, it's real and waiting for you. Come see Summa Crossing, exit 19 on I-12.
Michael Mims needing help to get off the field, cannot put any weight at all on that left ankle after getting rolled up after completing the pass. That actually went for a loss of 5. So we'll take a look at it one more time. Check out the top right of your screen here. Just an unfortunate situation where he got rolled up.
Josh White into the ball game.
Yeah, so Josh White now will take over the quarterback duties. He's only 5'8". He's made some catches here, and he'll hand it off, but no running room at all. Well, staying on his feet, trying to create something, was Mahmoud Bailey. But 3rd and long coming up as De La Salle and Joseph Husband and company bring him down. There's a look at Josh White. That's the last thing that Al Jones, the head coach for St. Augustine, wanted to see here tonight. So White is the 3rd string quarterback for the Purple Knights, as Dwayne McGill is already battling an injury. White will throw into double coverage, and a great catch. Going up and getting it was Kai Matthew, related to the Honey Badger. He looked a lot like Tyrann Mathieu on that grab. But is there a penalty? Yes, there is. Coming back.
A 45-yard hookup erased by a penalty by St. Aug.
Well, that was a heck of a play by Kai Matthew. Only a sophomore, 6 foot, 160 pounds. Nice throw, too, from the 3rd string QB, Josh White.
Five-yard penalty. They'll back it up to the 27.
That's how you're supposed to do it as a receiver. Go up and get it. Well, I say run that play again. Well, there's some movement. Our officiating crew has been busy tonight. Offsides on the Cavaliers. So now 3rd down and 12 from the 32. White zips one, deflected at the line of scrimmage, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, they had trip wide receivers at the top of the screen, but White was eyeballing Matthew the whole time, and that was an easy read for the defense of De La Salle.
Kyle Sims will come on the punt for St. Augustine.
Looks down his receiver the whole time, and nice block at the line there by big 97 Theodore Tyler, junior D lineman.
Noble Scott set the return this one for De La Salle. Just over 8 minutes to go in the contest. Not a great punt, short and high, but there's the good bounce and roll that St. Augustine has been looking for on a couple of occasions tonight. And it'll stop at the 30-yard line. Next week, back in New Orleans, Landry Walker facing Warren Easton. The Eagles, the champions in 5A in 2015, excuse me.
Warren Easton made it all the way to the Dome under Coach Tony Hull in 2014.
That's what I'm talking about.
Great resurgence.
Yeah, they lost to Neville that year. They were not the state champions. I was trying to rack my brain, but yeah, it was 2014 when they went to the Dome and they finished as runner-ups. Hambrick back out there to carry the football. Actually, that's not Hambrick, but it's a first down carry. Yeah, it is Hambrick. Ryan Hambrick, his best run of the night, as I would think. Kendall Collins, who's been battling cramping issues, is probably done for the Knights midway through the fourth quarter here.
Jeff, you've seen so much football, you keep it together pretty well. You get 1 year off, I'll give you that mulligan.
I know I've seen them in the Dome, and I know they played Neville. How about Neville last week losing to Ruston? A shocker, first time they lost at home in 50 games.
50 games.
Then tonight, Ruston came down to Lafayette and lost to Acadiana. Acadiana, Ted Davidson looks like he's got another great Wrecking Ram team. Pickup of a couple of yards. As it's second down and 7 now.
Not much reason to throw the ball now. Let the clock run and continue to bulldoze ahead for De La Salle as they enjoy a 26-point lead on Catholic League member St. Augustine.
And they got to get ready for another tough matchup next week against Edna Carr. And then they have an open date, and then they'll play Riverside. So they'll face 2 back-to-backs defending state champions before they get into district play against Haynes Academy. Second down and 7. Hambrick, nice job running the football here, and another first down.
That was a well-designed play with a great lead block for De La Salle off the right side. Hambrick was sprung free and again moves the chains. Watch him follow the blocker. And a little deep, cuts back in, plenty of room to run.
Hydration timeout with 16 left to go. 38-12, De La Salle in complete control as they are set to go 2-0 and remain the #1 ranked team in Class 3A. We'll be back.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the three-point shooter to the three-piece suit. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
Game time on YurView. Warren Easton and Landry Walker live Friday at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the Grand Slam hitter to grandparents. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
6:16 left to go from Yulman Stadium in Tulane. first prep football game inside this relatively new stadium. Jeff Palermo, Garrett Walbert, and Reggie Flood down on the sidelines. 1st and 10 for De La Salle as they're up 38-12. At one time trailed 6-0, but really all De La Salle after that one. Thanks to Julian Gums, Hambrick the carry, and he muscles his way for a couple yards.
Great show of dedication by the Tulane Athletic Department and their booster fund to build this beautiful stadium. They moved into the American Athletic Conference, and their sports have flourished in that league. This is a wonderful setting for high school and college football. We talked about the James brothers, Jamron and Jeremiah. Jamron, of course, the D-line starter. Since he was a 14-year-old freshman, he was the defensive MVP, and there is his brother on the offensive end on the right side. Jeremiah, about 6'2", just shy of 300 pounds. He was the LHSAA's state wrestling champion earlier this spring. That's a quality group of brothers right there.
2nd down and 8. Hambrick. And Hambrick stumbles ahead to the 26-yard line. Boy, the offensive line for De La Salle has really helped these Cavalier running backs find a little room to run, and Hambrick now has to leave the ball game, so they'll go to their 3rd string running back. And that would be Montrell Johnson, who's just a freshman.
New quarterback in the game is 14, Fisher Rojas.
Yeah, that's it for Gums, and what a game he's had. So Fisher Rojas, a sophomore, enters the game. As De La Salle looking just to get out of this one and run the football here a few more times. Montrell Johnson, maybe 3 or 4.
The stat line on Julian Gums truly impressive tonight. 4 touchdowns, 3 rushing, 1 passing. If you're crazy enough to play high school fantasy football, I think you're a winner this week.
Well, we came into this game talking about Gums being maybe the best QB in New Orleans. Yeah, he's not going to beat you with what he does with his arm, but he did have a touchdown pass tonight. But man, he is tough to stop on the ground. Interesting to see how he'll fare against Endicott and Riverside. So far, 2 dominating victories. Last week it was South Lafourche, and tonight the Purple Knights of St. Augustine. Buying his time there, looking for some running room was Johnson, but he is turned back by that Purple Knights defense. Daniil Ward McGee, just not enough of that for St. Augustine. 3rd and long.
Johnson did a great job right there. That's literally a tackle drill while everybody tries to strip him. Did a great job of holding on to the football with a couple of paws coming in trying to strip it.
3rd down and 8.
Rojas, like you said, just a sophomore, could be the quarterback of the future. Or it could be they just want to get him in tonight and see what he's got.
St. Augustine will have a chance to regroup against Capital, but then it's into the frying pan of the Catholic League as they'll take on Jesuit. So they got a lot to work on. Hopefully they can get their starting quarterback back, who has yet to play in the regular season this year. Tripped up there, Dante Carter, who's had a good game, as he got a hand on Hambrick to bring him down, and they'll bring up 4th down.
Nice blocking by Walter Johnson, senior offensive lineman on the right end. He cleared the way for Hambrick there, really sealed his man.
So 4th down and 5, coming up on the 2-minute mark. Rojas waiting till the last possible second on that play clock to snap the football. Long count at the line. At least trying to draw St. Aug off sides. And they might just take the 5-yard penalty here. And they do.
There's been plenty to cheer about for the De La Salle fans across the field from us tonight, basically from the second quarter on. You know, the rushing of Julian Gums. They rolled off 26 unanswered points.
Earlier tonight, St. Thomas More blowing out Como 49-0. Let's take a look at our upcoming YurView schedule, and St. Thomas More is on that as we have our lone trip to the Lafayette area on October 13th. But coming up next week, it'll be Warren Easton and Landry Walker, and then we'll see St. Aug in that game against Jesuit on September 22nd. Southern Lab and Parkview will be a good one. Edna Carr and McDonough 35 on October 5th. That will be a Thursday night game shown across the nation in Cox markets across the country. We'll have Central and Zachary, Walker, Live Oak, and then Denham Springs, Scotlandville to wrap it all up.
Nobody was beating St. Thomas More in the Superdome last year. So happy for Coach Jim Hightower.
Bad handle of the snap there by Rojas, and St. Augustine will take over on downs.
So quite a few state champions from last year will make up the YurView schedule in 2017. Always great to see. St. Aug with a decisive win against Rummel in 2016. We talked about how they started the year 0-3 and then finished strong, one set of 8 before going on the road to Scotlandville and losing to the eventual state runner-up. There are certainly lessons to be learned from this game. Got to be a little bit more physical. Got to play more discipline, too. But they've got to be approaching 15 penalties.
Big game in the Baton Rouge area tonight. Catholic High knocking off Zachary 24-14. So Catholic improves to 2-0. Beat Parkview Baptist last week. So Gabe Fertitta, the new head coach of the Bears, off to a really good start. So the quarterback for St. Augustine, Josh White, rolling out to the right. It is complete to LaFrance for a few yards. He's thrown out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Josh White quick to get up. Number 9, Royce Richardson, gave him a healthy shove after he let go of that ball. Incomplete pass stops the clock.
2nd down and 5. White will run it. And he has the first down. Gets out of bounds just shy of the 45. Angling him out of bounds. Jordan Clark was there, along with Quincy Thomas. First down for the Purple Knights. They actually marked him down at the 46. I like what I see from White. He's obviously a terrific athlete. 1:26 to go. White looking to his left. Now will throw it. The catch along the near sidelines by Kai Matthew. 4 yards to the 50.
We were speaking on the Greenies earlier. Tulane on the road this weekend, taking on the Navy Midshipmen in Annapolis, Maryland.
Tulane won its opener last week against Grambling. Grambling has Northwestern State hosting the Demons. White throwing towards the end zone. A little push off by Matthew, and what a grab at the 1-yard line. I think this kid's going to be special. That was a terrific play there. B.J. Randall made the stop, but Matthew, he had one of those professional little shove just to give him a little separation. And a nice catch and a great throw again by Josh White.
55 yards through the air. Sends it down the field, and Matthew's going to reel that one in right over his right shoulder.
1st and goal at the 1. White will look to run it in. And he was denied before he was able to get the ball across the goal line. bring up 2nd and goal.
Guess who's still playing hard? De La Salle's defense, not wanting to give an inch here on what was probably a touchdown, and they stonewall him right at the line.
Nakia Ely on the tackle. High snap. White has to retrieve it. And De La Salle brings him down at the 20-yard line. Royce Richardson continues to have a great night. More disappointment for the Purple Knights. 3rd and goal back at the 20. 30 seconds and counting here. As St. Augustine looked like they were going to get in the end zone to make the score look more respectable, but that doesn't seem to be the case right now.
Jeff, the high snap leads to a 20-yard loss for Al Jones and the Purple Knights.
And will they get another snap off here?
Make it 18.
8 seconds on the clock. St. Aug finally set. White throws to the end zone, and it's intercepted. 3rd interception for this De La Salle defense. B.J. Randall on the return, and that does it. What an impressive performance by the top-ranked Cavaliers of 3A. They defeat, for only the 4th time in school history, the St. Augustine Purple Knights, 38-12, in an historic game at Yulman Stadium, with this being the first high school football game played at this new venue.
39 points last week in a win over South Lafourche, 38 points this week in a decisive victory against St. Aug. And I would say that De La Salle, one of the hottest teams in the state, like Jeff said, the highest ranked team in 3A. They have got all the momentum heading into a big matchup next week.
Yeah, back-to-back state champions they'll face, Carr and Riverside. And we'll definitely test the mettle of this De La Salle team, but a 3A school easily defeating a 5A school is quite a statement, and the type of statement that Ryan Manley, the head coach for the Cavaliers, was hoping to produce here tonight, and they came through. Got down 6-0, kicked a field goal to make it 6-3, and then the Cavaliers just took off after that. Great night from Julian Gums, and how about the defense making sure they did not allow a 3rd touchdown of the night. And they get 3 turnovers themselves. Really just a good game all the way around. Once De La Salle minimized the penalties early on in the game that was really hurting them, they had a very impressive night. Ryan Manley finally shaking the hands of Dante Carter, who played really well on that Purple Knights defensive line. Our Reggie Flood finally catching up with the 6th-year head coach. And there will be a nice celebration here for De La Salle as they're victorious.
Coach Manali, right as the game came to a close, ran over and grabbed Randall after that beautiful interception and just gave him a bunch of love, put the bear hug around him and let him know, hey, that's the kind of effort I want even when there's 1 second or no seconds left on the clock. He's got to be proud of this effort.
De La Salle's first win over St. Aug since 1997. Let's hear from the winning head coach, Ryan Manali.
And welcome to the Farm Bureau postgame show. We're here with the winning coach, Coach Ryan Manali. Coach, congratulations on the big victory.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Coach. I know you got a big victory, but we have something to give to you. This is the Farm Bureau cooler that goes to the winning coach. I know you can use it, Coach.
Oh, you always use your cooler. Always.
Well, Coach, we want to present this to you and congratulate you on a big victory, and good luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Coach.
all you do.
Now back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thanks a lot to Ryan Manali, Reggie Flood. We'll wrap it up from Yulman Stadium when we come back. This is Game Time on YurView.
Okay, listen up. I know you offer great auto rates, local agents, fast friendly claims, but do you want to be a legend?
You got to get tough, kid. When I'm done with you, nothing's going to keep you down.
Great talk, Brett. Can we get back to your auto quote now?
All right, sure.
Great.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
How about some water?
No, thanks. I'm good. Louisiana's best barbecue is Podna's, smoked to perfection for fall-off-the-bone good eating.
Podna's tailgate spread features ribs, chicken, pork, and 2 sides for only $24.85. That's right, feed 3 to 5 people for only $24.85. Available now through October 16th.
Podna's, fast service for dine-in or drive-through, world-famous baked beans, and party pack headquarters. Remember the brand, Podna's. 2 locations, Florida, Don Moore, and Sherwood Forest at I-12.
By Livingston Parish Economic Development Council, reminding you that Livingston Parish is the place to be. By Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance, ready to serve you with auto insurance, homeowners insurance, life insurance, and more. Real service, real people. And by Gary Lewis Properties, from apartments, condominiums, and townhomes. Gary Lewis Properties, a top provider in Baton Rouge of residential and commercial property for rent. Let's look at our airing it out play of the game here tonight. We saw a lot of the ground game from De La Salle, but Julian Gumbs, he can surprise you with his arms. This great touchdown pass really wrapped up the scoring here in this one as he hits Aaron Marquez in the end zone for a very convincing victory here for De La Salle, 38-12. Jeff Palermo along with Garrett Wahlberg. Well, a lot of times when you see a school, even a dominant school on the 3A, 2A level, play up in class, sometimes it's not enough, even though they're a really good team in their class, to beat a school like a 5A school like St. Aug. But De La Salle was definitely the better team here tonight. I know St. Aug doesn't have their starting quarterback out there, but still, this was a good Purple Knights defense, and that De La Salle offense just gashed them on the ground tonight.
Really impressed with the rushing touchdowns. 4 tonight for De La Salle, plus the passing touchdown that Gumbs put in a little bit later to Marquez. Their defense looked pretty stout as well. They were rushing 3 for most of the game and got consistent pressure in the backfield against St. Aug.
Their linebackers for the Cavaliers are maybe the best on the 3A level. They get 3 interceptions here tonight as well. So, like we were saying right before the final horn went off, once they got the penalties out of their system and settled down in this game, De La Salle played a terrific football game.
Oh, I mean, Garland LaFrance ran the ball well, but they were able to stifle him a little bit. He got 2 touchdowns after they got some good field position. I was really impressed with De La Salle from start to finish in this ball game. I think they're going to have a great year.
And St. Augustine, they got to regroup a little bit. They had a nice win last week against McDonough 35. They played a very good football team here in De La Salle. A lot to learn from, and I'm sure Coach Al Jones will take a look at that video from tonight's game and have a lot to point out to his players, and they'll only get better from this.
They got to get the trainers working on Michael Mims III, their quarterback as well. Left the game late in the 4th quarter, an apparent left ankle injury. We hope that young man and everyone around him is okay.
Well, it was a fun night from Yulman Stadium, the first ever prep football game from this venue on the campus of Tulane University, and it was all De La Salle as they defeat their former rivals in the Catholic League by the final score of 38-12. We're in New Orleans next week as well. Landry Walker will be taking on Warren Easton. For Reggie Flood, Garrett Wahlberg, I'm Jeff Palermo. Thanks for watching Game Time on YurView.